And good evening, folks. Welcome to tonight's edition of the Whitfield Report, co-streaming with Versa Media. I am your host, Sam Whitfield, broadcasting live here from NGC Studios here in South Florida. The Versa Boys are streaming from, well, across the country. And anyway, we're back for another exciting week. Lots of stuff to get to tonight. Contact info as usual. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at @SamDever_NDC. Gab and Minds at Sam Whitfield. Facebook.com/Whitfield Report. TheSamWhitfield.com. And subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Also, streamlabs.com/Whitfield Report. Also, the title of tonight's stream is aptly titled Money for Nothing. Sean is going to be explaining what the whole stonks thing this week is. But I want to disclose for all of us here that none of us are financial advisors. In fact, we are kind of financially retarded as and also
that there, I got me that there GED education, and we're doing it all right now. Now, anyway, sorry about that. What's up, Sammy?
Not much, Phil. How are you doing? By the way, I want to do something real quick here.
Oh yeah.
On stream before.
You got it?
Yeah.
I've got it. I'm gonna. So.
Oh shit.
So
I got to open it up on here. We got to see this.
No. Now you got to watch the Whitfield stream now.
So
let's go.
Exception here.
So
pull this shit up.
So the Versa brothers for my birthday, they got me this.
Can we call ourselves Versa Bros?
Yeah,
we're all bros here.
Yeah, call. Yeah.
Oh, I see Donnie in the chat. How you doing, Donnie?
Hello.
What's up, Donnie?
RW, we'll be talking about AMC real quick. We're doing something a little special, and then we will talk about what we think's going to happen with AMC on Monday. But Sam,
in the chat. Hi, Donnie.
What do you got there?
So for my birthday present, the Versa brothers generously sent me this T-shirt. When your wife wants a naked chariot ride, and so
flash that shit.
Which is
show it.
Which is what I intend to give your wife, Owen Benjamin, one of these days.
Yes! Yes!
Did you put that higher on the stream?
Put it higher, like so the people can see it.
Yeah, raise it high.
So there's the I'll post pics on Twitter later too for those of you who want to see it. But yeah,
yes, that is beautiful.
I'm naked chariot ride. Yes,
base.
I'm giving rides in the rate machine now, as Apex has titled.
Wow,
there it is.
Pussy magnet installed.
7. Yeah, I'm telling you what, man. Sam is a fucking legend. I'm calling it.
If he wears that shirt, I think he not only unlocks legendary status, but that's God level. That's God level.
So I'm actually going to do something special since a bunch of
shirt off.
Yeah, since a bunch of the ladies, and since Johnny has been asking for a while, because we know that he's the he's kind of the resident gay of the Whitfield Report, or as he likes to call it, the Whackfield Report.
The Dickfield Report.
But
I wish I should have gotten some like royalty free like sexy music that's like
so
sexy facts.
And yes,
I wish YouTube didn't like wouldn't boot us for like music because we would be totally doing the
I
whole techno scene thing.
I would be playing money for nothing if YouTube weren't so stingy, because it's so appropriate for tonight's topic. But anyway,
And you could see if they let you live stream on fucking TikTok.
Yes. Yeah,
yeah,
you should do this on TikTok, dude. You
I
can
don't
grow.
I don't have enough followers on TikTok.
Oh, you will after you do this.
Yeah,
Oh man.
Well, I know that Interest of Stuff is probably going to clip this, but so hang on, I've got to take my headset off real quick.
That's not the only thing that's coming up. Alrighty, girls.
I'm
I've been waiting for is here.
Okay.
Oh my God, you should do that. Whenever someone super chats you, you should have it like you strip or something.
Yes. Another piece of clothing
Okay, so
comes
this is
off.
what y'all wanted to see.
This is glorious.
And
I hope watch it.
This might be
okay.
the most glorious day in Versa history.
Yes. And don't worry, people. We will be talking about stocks, but we have some other money we're looking at right now.
How can we be talking about stocks at a time like this?
Donnie says OnlyFans! Exclamation mark. Yo.
I've been telling Sammy that for a year.
Yeah, he can start his OnlyFans.
He's gonna be doing. He's gonna be giving naked chariot rides on OnlyFans account, man. That's gonna be awesome.
It'll be only feet though.
Oh my God, you should go put your OnlyFans, like shave it to your chest, your fucking OnlyFans hashtag or whatever the fuck they do for that. Or
I can't believe that you didn't wear that shirt on the
Yes.
stream.
fucking Cash App on your fucking.
This is hilarious. This is great.
This is amazing.
This is the greatest thing ever.
Oh yes. Come on. Oh, yes.
Alrighty. Fits.
Swear to God. Swear to God. True story.
Fits
True
like a dream,
story.
boys. Thank you.
Yeah,
Did you say like a training, bro?
Dude, his sub numbers went up too because of this. He went from 9 to 11. Oh wait, that's
Yeah,
not
dude. Straight up. Well, Sean and I were creating this while I was at work. I'm like, oh my God. It just struck. It was like a divine touch, man. I was like, I honestly, because when I was dropping somebody off, I saw this handicap sign, and I was like, what if we got a girl on the, and then I'm like, oh my God, and then that's when I talked to Sean, and then we were like, we got to make this happen.
Yes.
And so yeah.
Yes, I know. Yes, Johnny, I know I'm a hairy beast. You know what? Because men have chest hair. I don't care what the feminists say. Real men like Tom Selleck have chest.
you just say Tom Selleck?
Yes. Although, well,
Tom Selleck out of the hat. What the fuck?
Well, Tom Selleck back in the day when he was Magnum.
It's a reverse mortgage. It's a loan.
Well, yeah, he's obviously like an old, broken down boomer now, but
you guys getting the audio issues?
Well, I think he's still trying to finagle his shit.
Oh yeah, it's to be expected.
Yeah.
Real,
This is the greatest moment. This is the greatest moment in Versa history, right here.
It's
the
good stuff.
stocks is more interesting. Nah.
but so yeah, now that we're
properly dressed.
Now that we're properly dressed, stocks, what about them?
Yeah, let's hit this back up again. Let's hit the stocks thing back up again.
I made a cartoon parody about stonks. It's Calvin Hobbes.
So Apex, do you want to promo your little comic book
sure, yeah.
account now?
I grew, I'm a millennial. I'm old as fuck, and I grew up reading Calvin and Hobbes and various other comic strips, all of which I loved, but Calvin and Hobbes was my favorite. So I've been taking old strips, and I made a based Hobbes Twitter account where I'm like making, just erasing the word bubbles and making them funny. you know. Whoa, shit. So yeah, at Based Hobbs on Twitter is that's where that's happening.
There
Wait,
some
are you the one who does that Base Dilbert, or is that someone else?
No, but Based Dilbert is part of the Based comic strip conglomerate, of which I am a ranking member.
Is this like an actual thing?
No, no, it's not.
Well, it kind of is now.
Kind of. I mean, it kind of is. Yeah. Like I know that Based Garfield, Based Dilbert, Based Hobbs, and a couple of others I can't think of off the top of my head for some reason. We're all in a Discord together, and it started with Based Dilbert. Like, you know, that shit took off. They started the Based Dilbert, and they shot up to like 5,000 followers in like a couple of days or something. Went kind of viral.
I'm back.
Oh hey.
Oh boy.
So it was just, you know.
Oh, hey, what's
Had to
that?
unclog the toilet for my brother.
Oh God.
That's a whole lot.
Should have gave him
That's a whole lot of information. Speaking of which, I got a small confession.
no.
So one time, I got suspended from school for you know how
What?
there's you know how the Calvin and Hobbes the Calvin and Hobbes beach shirts where they have them pissing on something, right?
Yep.
And then they just put like, logos or whatever. I had one that said that had your mom on it, and then had Calvin pissing on him, and it's the teacher suspended me for that.
They suspended you for that?
Yeah,
From the school?
dude.
yeah.
Wait,
It was like a
they
couple
sent you
days.
from the school.
That was back in the day, like shit.
Yeah, that was definitely back in the
Dude,
day.
fuck
Though.
my school. We
Yeah.
had some lady wearing like I like to watch midget porn because it makes me look bigger shirt. Like my first day of the fucking park. And I was like, yep, this is gonna be fun.
That's interesting. Well, anyway, the topic at hand. Well, we can talk about midget porn later because I know everybody's gonna want to talk about that.
Yeah, let's hit up these
later. Let's do that. All right, since Sam already stripped for us, we can close out of that.
Well,
I will explain what I was kind of just explaining, hopefully in a shorter, more abridged version. But for anybody that's not following this shit, basically what's happening is the stock market for GameStop specifically was overshorted. Over 130% of the stocks were shorted. When you're shorting something, that means you, instead of buying low, selling high with your stocks, you are selling high and then buying low. Why would you do that? With shorting, you borrow a stock, you sell it high, and then when it goes down and crashes, you buy it back low because you have to give it back to the person you borrowed, and that's how you make your money. So people on Wall Street Bets noticed that this stock was the most shorted stock in the market, and they coordinated to get the price up so they could screw these guys because they want to buy back low. And if they buy back high, and if it's past the time they're supposed to, they're forced to buy it back with interest. So that's how we're screwing over the hedge funds. Now it's the shortest explanation I'm able to do with that. But if you watch the Versa stream in the beginning, you can hear a more in-depth explanation of that. But again, like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you want to know more about that. We have a video specifically talking about this that goes in depth a little more. I've learned more sense, but that's the basic gist of it. We're sitting at $3.12 a share now. $312 per share, and the squeeze. Yes, I am not a financial advisor, and I am not giving financial advice in any of this video for anybody who says that. But on Monday, the squeeze is expected to start happening because that is the start of February. So their contracts have expired at the end of the month, and the margins thing that Phil explained happens too. AMC, for RW in the chat, from what I've heard in the Wall Street Bets Discord and their Reddit, AMC could hit its peak on Monday, or it might not. Depends how things go. But it's uncharted territory what's going to happen on Monday. But I'm freaking psyched. I got 3 GME stocks, 2 AMC, freaking ready. What have you guys been thinking about this? I don't know if you guys have any stake in it like I do, but I have been loving this so much. This is the coolest, like the best troll ever. It is a beautiful populist revolt against the Wall Street hedge funds, and it's the most unifying thing since like 9/11. I've never seen people so united behind this, so unified, and like I can't ask for anything better. It is just amazing.
Well,
it's only going to be. Go ahead, Sam.
Oh, I was gonna say, as someone with, I mean, I'm not really invested in stocks at all or anything, but to me, I just want to get this out of the way. It's hilarious that Trump isn't even in office, and like he's not in office anymore, and yet CNN is blaming Trumpism still. So Trump derangement syndrome is still alive and well, even in Biden's America. I fucking love it.
We didn't even talk about what Robinhood did in response to it.
That's the next part of it.
We're gonna get to that.
Because this was taking off for a couple days, and I noticed a few days after, I saw like the quarterings video, and I was like, "Holy shit! I have freaking GameStop stock. What the hell?" And when I got in on it, you could still buy and share normally. Robinhood, which is what I use, which a lot of people use, no fees, and it's very simple and easy to use. I love the service. Don't get me wrong, but what they did was, in my opinion, market manipulation 100%, because they said on Thursday, you can't buy any more GameStop. They completely shut it down. You can't buy a single share more. You could only sell. And people that were using margins some of them were getting their stocks sold automatically. And then on Friday, yesterday, they limited it where you could only have one GME share and only, I think, one AMC share. Because I bought a GME in the morning or two GMEs and I think another AMC or something like that. And I at first thought, oh shoot, I bought it was a little high because it dipped. Then this is the important thing to know about this. When it dipped during the afternoon, that's when they shut it off and capped it. It was during the dip when the hedge funds were trying to drive the price down. Freaking coincidence? I think not. It's so disgusting.
I think it might have happened. I think it might have happened at the opposite order. They made their restrictions. What likely happened was they made their restrictions, and then because of that, it started dropping. What happened?
No, because I was watching it live. I was doing it live because I saw it dropping. I went to get some.
You got to remember. Yeah. So you got to remember there was insider information involved too. So the news might have came earlier. The news itself might have been earlier for some of the most important people, and then you ended up getting it later. And of course that's going to normally happen. There's always at least some insider information and stuff. So anyway,
what I think what happened was because the price was relatively high-ish. It was in like the 200s, or like 300 to 2. It was in the $300 range. I'll just say roughly, and that's when I got it. And then I was riding my bike and I was listening to their Discord, and somebody was like, "Yo, it's dropping! It's dropping! Holy shit!" And I went on quickly to try and get some, and it was blocked. So what I think they probably did is they shorted a bunch, and then they bought them back once it dipped.
Well, they reset their hedges. Likely. So when they set their restrictions and then the stock tanked, they immediately reset their hedges. So what they did was they reset their hedges because a stock is a hedge. I don't
get that.
Well, you're hedging your bet. Basically, what they're doing is they're hedging their bet. Like if it goes below a certain amount, they hedge. They basically a bet. Basically, you're betting. Like if you're hedging a bet, you're betting if it goes down a certain bit, you'll do X, or if it goes above a certain amount, you'll do X. Like what they did was, as soon as it got done tanking, as far as it was going to do, they were going to reset their hedges to mitigate their loss. And then so that what they likely did was they reset reset their hedges. So if it goes below a certain amount, they make money, and if it goes above a certain amount, they make money. So
were they buying or selling anything? Like, I still don't quite
no,
get
they're
that.
doing both. They're hedging. Like they're going, if it goes below a certain amount, they got some money in it. Where if it goes a certain amount, goes under a certain amount, then they make money off of that investment. If they go above a certain, if the stock price goes above a certain amount, they make money. So whatever they do, they're going to make they're going to make at least a little bit of money. So that's part of what hedge funds do. That's a piece of what hedge funds really do too. So I mean, it's not like, look, this whole thing is not a multiple move chess piece. It's a one-time move to make them lose a ton of money and keep them honest, which worked. It totally worked, right?
Yeah, well, they already. Here's the other thing I forgot to mention was that Citron Research, which is or Citron Capital, their massive hedge fund, they had this dude who's like their CEO named Andrew Left bragging about shorting this stock months ago, and that's what kind of got people to get in on this. They were like, "Look at this scummy Wall Street guy that's gonna manipulate the market to shut down GameStop and tank the stock. We're gonna shove it to him." And so after that, they started fucking with this stuff, and they lost a shit ton of money. I believe they went bankrupt because Citadel gave them money to bail them out. And Citadel, if you look at the people that get money from them, very, very interesting. It shows you how. I think the biggest thing that's coming out of this, like, I've always kind of thought for the basically that the stock market's rigged, it's all gambling, but people are really waking up right now to how rigged this is, and it's rigged more than people thought. Because look at Robinhood, they're like, "Oh, we're letting the people trade. Oh, you know, you can do it all at home. Look, you can make so much money," and it's like, only if we let you, only if you're not doing better than the hedge funds. If the hedge funds are losing, no. You can't make money. No, you can't.
Well,
it's so disgusting.
Isn't the thing with Robinhood too? Their money making method is like by selling your data like right before
that's part of their money making method.
Yeah, bro. That's you can't.
Yes,
you cannot fucking. If an app is free, if any service or product is free, you're the product. Period. That's just you're being sold somehow.
Yep.
Whatever you are. So this Robinhood thing, there's a America Uncovered on YouTube, and they do China or America Uncensored and China Uncensored. They're a good channel. They did a 20-minute video about kind of breaking this stuff down earlier, and they broke down how Robinhood makes money, and it's pretty. I mean, it's obvious, but the people freaking the fuck out at them being able to do the things that they're doing. Sorry. I mean, that's like fucking. I mean, it doesn't make it right, but.
Well, whenever an app's free, they're either making money off of ads or off of data. And with Robinhood, there's no ads, so it's data.
Both.
Well, that pissed me off because
Robinhood makes money. They don't sell your trade. They're not. They contact you with buyers, sellers. Like they're a middleman.
Well, what they also
make money off of you.
Yeah, that's true. But what they also do, which is what somebody was telling me on the Wall Street Bets Discord, this one dude, I don't know if I will send you guys his Twitter and his Twitch. I'll even post in the description. This dude knows his shit like you wouldn't believe. He was pulling out like research papers, classes he took, all kinds of shit. He was self-taught, but he knew this shit so well and was bringing up terms and strategies that even a lot of these experienced people in Wall Street Bets didn't know about. One of the things he brought up was that when you put those limit sales on your stock, your limit buys or your limit sells, he was telling people, be careful with that because you're telling Robinhood what you're going to be putting down for your money. You're telling them how much you're going to buy and how much you're going to sell it. That shit gets around. That becomes the insider info, quote unquote.
Well, and that's why, I mean, I don't want to sound snobby, but that's kind of why I never signed up for a Robinhood account because it kind of seemed shady to me. Also, interest of stuff.
Talk about Russian collusion. Look at who owns that company.
Yeah. Oh, also, Also, Robinhood is a big BLM proponent too. So,
Well,
That's
Of
every
course.
yeah, that's all
well,
them.
That's
But
like
it
every
pissed me off.
company.
It pissed me off because I have a TD Ameritrade account and they were still restricting my account.
Yeah.
Like I have thousands in that fucking account. Like you tell me, like you're telling me, and I pay for that fucking shit. You're
Yep.
telling me I have to be restricted because of this shit? Nuh-uh.
I'm glad you brought that up because everybody looks to point at Robinhood with this because it's the biggest one. There were multiple ones doing this.
Mhm.
Ameritrade, Webull, and a bunch of ones I forget their names because they're a little bit more obscure. They were all freaking doing it. There were only a few that weren't doing it, honestly.
Chase
And
did it.
what was that?
I don't think Chase did
I
it.
cannot confirm or deny that.
I mean, I didn't buy any of these GameStop though, so you know.
Come on, man. Gotta get in.
I don't know.
Diamond
Man,
hands.
it's fun to be a meme and shit, but I'm not gonna go and mess around with this stuff. It seems like it's gonna be a fucking pump and dump. It's gonna all.
No. This is not pumping the AMC. AMC is in mostly.
It's gonna
Yeah,
explode.
at some point it will. At some point it will drop, but like
Yeah, but
you know,
it still
when?
hasn't
You
squeezed
know
yet.
what,
The
guys?
thing
Buy
to look
Dogecoin.
at,
Just
'cause
buy
that's the closest
Dogecoin.
thing
If
to
we get
this.
Those
if we
Dogecoin.
get
What was that?
Dogecoin to $1, it'll literally bankrupt the Federal Reserve. We win.
No, Dogecoin is a joke.
Of course it is. It's all a fucking joke. That's the thing.
No,
like
that's a nihilist.
it is. I mean, everyone has the right to invest how they feel, but
you are not going to be able to fucking bankrupt the Federal Reserve by buying some meme stock coin.
well, if you use the rules, if you use their rules to do it, you could. I mean, obviously that wouldn't happen. That's a joke.
Oh yeah, no
but
money print.
I would suggest people buy Dogecoin right now as literally as I would suggest them buy any stock. Just I don't fucking know any of this shit. I'm enjoying the ride, but jumping on this fucking trying to smash this shit into my brain and pretend like I fucking know what I'm talking about is I don't care. I don't care. I've never. I mean, I have I have money in places, but I don't. It's not. I'm not smart enough to tell anybody anything. So, and especially, I mean, report what's going on, sure, because there's a lot of things happening, but I got to be honest
Well,
with
and
you
that's
guys.
why
Like,
we have to always say like we're not financial advisors. This isn't financial advice. Like it's become kind of a joke, but that's why it's like we're all retards.
It just sounds like you guys are like speculating. Yeah, I mean,
Well, it is speculating. It's a freaking stock
sure.
market.
Of course it is. No, I mean,
Yeah.
I just mean you're speculating. We're like using this as like a mini Wall Street bets here for the viewers, and
the whole thing.
I mean, it's kind of boring. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You are making a political statement by buying GameStop.
Yes.
You're probably not going to make it. Like, there's a good chance you could lose that money. So if you're looking at buying a mortgage or buying this fucking stock, pay your fucking mortgage.
Well, and here's the other thing. Look, this is prediction again, not financial advice, all that jazz. But GameStop is still shorted. If you go on this one site, it's called highshortinterest.com. They are still at 121% short. It's still over, and Monday is when the shit expires.
Now they got Now they likely have hedges for the eventual drop. But
here's the thing: because look, this thing is spread like wildfire. Wall Street Bets it's going to have by Sunday 10 million people in that sub. There are millions of people that have these stocks and they're holding. They need that stock back. People fucking hold, which a lot of them are. Price is going to go fucking high. And if you don't believe me, look at the Volkswagen 2008 short squeeze. It's going on the same path. It is going on the same path. Look, this can still fail. Don't get me wrong. There's always that chance. But it's going so well, and this has blown up way bigger than that. And the reason people are eyeing AMC is because it's the second most short one. It's almost at about 80%. But when people
you're gonna lose focus. You want to do it on one fucking stock at one time.
One or two, GameStop and AMC, because the difference is like with GameStop, not everyone can afford that. AMC is still super cheap, and if you get enough, you can technically make good money. But with all these other ones like Nokia, BlackBerry, and what was the other one that they were pushing? At one point, they're pushing Sears. Even Bed Bath & Beyond's not too bad, but all those other ones are distractions. Dogecoin's a distraction. Dogecoin is literally used by most people, from what I've heard, as a pump and dump overnight. They get it when it's low, around late afternoon to nighttime, and then they sell it late evening or early in the morning to get a little extra money to put into the stocks. It is not a serious currency, and it only literally like skyrockets when Elon tweets about it. Like, let's be real. Crypto at least is like a more widespread one, but Doge is a freaking it's named after a meme, and it's funny. I love it.
Of course, it is funny. I mean, and that's
it is funny.
I think it's like a weird personification of what's happening right now. There's so many people, like the idea of destroying Wall Street. I mean, it's Occupy Wall Street, but actually, effective.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's
mean?
what
It's
Occupy
effectively
Wall Street didn't
ultimately-
do shit.
Of course it didn't, because
Yeah.
they didn't touch their fucking money. Reddit
Exactly.
and this Wall Street Bets thing is, I mean, it's exciting for people, but people
It's
are
so
fucking
exciting.
stupid. And I love watching it. But I, just like I do with most things internet related, I engage with them enough to understand it, enough to laugh at it. You know what I mean? And, point other people to laugh at it. But I mean, if I were smarter, I would have had money in the stock market to begin with. You know what I mean? But I
Mhm.
didn't. So to pretend it's, I don't know, man. It gives me like Q vibes from a lot of people IRL and on the internet that I've spoken to. Like, it's like a trust the plan type fucking shit, and it's crazy.
No, not really, because
Well, no, of course
there's
not. There's
Yeah.
tangible. There's some tangible shit going on here, and again, the idea of bankrupting these hedge fund managers and just fucking Wall Street over,
yes.
as we suffered the whole year of 2020. What's that fucking bitch's name that just got paid $800,000 by
Janet Yellen, the
Janet
secretary?
Yellen, the
Yeah.
fucking financial secretary, right? Gave that speech to the company that's related to
Yep.
Robinhood.
Citadel.
Yep.
Citadel,
Citadel,
exactly.
yep.
Yes, Citadel among 2 or 3 others. $800,000 she got paid for a speech before she took official office in a fucking presidential cabinet.
Back
And
in
we've all been sitting here waiting for fucking $600 checks, $1,400 checks.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
of course, people are fucking riled up, dude.
Yeah.
She earned, by the way, $7 million in speaking fees in
Yeah.
2 years. That is unheard
Right.
of. Like,
But just
unless you're Bill Clinton. Like,
or
I mean,
Hillary Clinton.
that's not
Yeah.
speaking money. That's the thing too. Is like that. That's like that to me. If I'm gonna guess, sounds like a way to funnel money to her under the table. And what's also to keep in mind here with this, because I know what you mean by the Q vibes, but the difference with this versus Q is like Q is just like we all know it's stupid, but with this Wall Street Bets subreddit, these people are. I look. I've listened to a lot of them. I've talked to some of them.
Yeah.
These people are super freaking smart.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude,
These
no.
are geniuses.
I honestly, I'm gonna back that statement up a little bit. I didn't mean to say that it's a farce, because Q was a fucking farce.
Yeah.
Obviously, from start to finish, and people picked up on things. I mean, it was a meme that was it manipulated people to a wild degree.
Yeah.
On a massive fucking scale. Smart people. But what I mean by that is like it's like a overflow from that sort of mentality. A lot of people, they're not the Wall Street Bets people. I'm talking about the normies. The people that these these hedge fund managers are crying about on TV. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. But some of them don't know what they're doing. A lot of them didn't know what they were doing, and they've made hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Right.
Doing
Dude,
what
these-
these fucking billionaires do every day to
Yeah.
fuck us on the bottom of the
No question.
the
No
ladder,
question, dude.
So
Dude, no question.
I just think it's I don't know, man. Like,
well,
I find it
the
really.
thing.
Go ahead.
I'll let
These
you go, Phil.
slimy these Wall Street people are fucking slimy. Like
Yeah.
we know they're slimy. Look, there's one guy I have in mind. I really don't want to mention his name because it's not worth his fucking name. But this dude basically, when the whole coronavirus thing was originally kicking off, he's the one guy that was like, "Oh, sell everything. It's going to be pandemonium. Oh my god,
Mhm.
financially, we're going to be fucking ruined." Turns
Oh,
out
yeah.
this prick was waiting for everybody to do what he said so he could then reinvest and make a shit ton of money, which he did. These are and by the way, this same person was financially tied to a pharmaceutical company that was basically their thing was uh they were buying these pharmaceutical companies. They were scrapping the research and development, which is part of what makes a pharmaceutical company a pharmaceutical company. So they scrap the R&D and then jack up the prices of the medicines that they own. Like, it's just slimy shit.
Yeah.
And that's what makes this feel so good. Like what's happened this last week feels so good because we know how shitty these people are, and to see them get what they deserve is fucking so satisfying.
Well,
And not just that, because what's been happening here is I mean, this is a perfect storm that has been building because look, we've had COVID with people at home with no jobs for a lot of time. They've had, people have a lot of time and not a lot of money. So people are looking at other ways to make money from home, not especially like people like me can't get a job. And that's what I did. I invested for the first time ever in my life. I thought I would never do this because I'm like, I'm missing weeks of work here. Why not? I know the market's at historic lows. I know it's going to go up. It doesn't matter who's president. It's going to go fucking up. So put in it. And that's how I signed up through Robin. That's how other people got in on this shit. So this whole retail trader thing has now become a thing. And what's really happening here with these smart ass people, and they are so smart on Wall Street bets, they outsmarted the hedgies who got arrogant and lazy because they'd been controlling the game for so long, and the power dynamic has shifted. It's like Trump in 2016, the power dynamic shifting, and that's what's happening here, and that's why it's so exciting. And anybody that's a populist loves this. The populist left and populist right are united on this. And I think if there's one big lesson we should all take from this, and I hope you tell everybody about this, is the establishment loves to make us fight amongst ourselves, because then we're not fighting them. We need the populace left and right. Look, we have different solutions here, but we kind of agree on the problems here. We know Wall Street's rigged. We know the system's rigged. We know all this stuff.
Put this one in perspective.
Let's not fight.
Put this in perspective, though. This issue, opinion-wise anyway, brought AOC, Elon Musk, and Donald Trump Jr. pretty much on the same parallel as far as opinions toward what happened this week. Like, this is the kind of shit we needed.
Exactly. And look what happened. I mean, because of this unity, we outnumber these people. We outnumber the hedge funds. We outnumber the politicians. We can take them down metaphorically and maybe financially in this case. We can do it. We just need to stop fighting amongst ourselves.
We need to keep playing. Like, we need to keep playing this, though, because we need to start making other moves. Like, we need to start making counter moves for this, because they're going to stamp that. Like, rest assured, they're going to stamp this shit out. Like, the SEC has already said, "Oh, we're gonna investigate malicious activity on the stock market." They're saying, "Oh, we're going to investigate Robinhood, and we're going to investigate the Wall Street bet, whatever." Which tells me that they're not going to investigate the rich people at all, right? That's basically what I got from it. And look, given that Wall Street gave over $70 billion to the Biden campaign, rest assured the Biden campaign is probably not going to do shit either.
Dude, that's my favorite part of this is happening on like fucking Biden's first week in office. So you can see the difference in leadership. If Trump was still in office, he would be tweeting about this shit the second he caught wind of it. Biden's like, "Oh, the SEC will answer shortly." He's such a piece of shit president. Like, he doesn't do anything. He's this big fucking boomer.
Bro, if he still had his Twitter account, he'd be tweeting about.
He shits his fucking adult diaper because he's fucking dementia patient.
He wouldn't even need to still be in office. He'd be he'd be
If
tweeting.
Trump is not a Twitter, he'd be fucking tweeting too.
Exactly. Yeah.
This is part why.
The press
this is
secretary?
part why social.
If you've seen the press secretary, the ginger, she goes out there every single day. They ask her, "What are your thoughts on Wall Street bets? What is Biden going to do about the GameStop stuff?"
I'm gonna have to get back to you on that. I'm gonna have to get back to you on that.
I liked how they asked her. I liked how they asked her. Well, should
politicians? That's.
What'd you say? You got cut off.
So fuck the corpus. Fuck the politicians.
Yes.
This world needs more Johnny Silverhand.
I enjoyed. Well, actually, that's a lie. I fucking loathed it.
Johnny
But,
Diamond hands.
I loathed like when they asked when one reporter asked the press secretary, should Janet Yellen recuse herself from anything involving the GameStop because of her payment, because of her payment from the Citadel, whatever. She immediately went to, oh well, she's the first female Treasury secretary.
Yeah,
secretary.
That was fucking bullshit. Fuck that.
Beyond that, she's like, she deserves that money. Which again, what I was trying to highlight earlier, us fucking the people that are dumping money into fucking GameStop and AMC and all this other shit, trying to make money that have been sitting here locked the fuck down for a bullshit fucking virus. I mean, it's a real virus, but it's not. It was. We didn't fucking need to be locked down the whole fucking year. Most people know that. And now people are pissed the fuck off, and they're taking that $600 and they're investing it. Oh wait, no, not that way. Not that way. Go away.
Buy a PS5 instead. Oh, you want investment? No. We want you to buy more, PlayStations or whatever you plebs want to do.
Wait, speaking of that, did you see that one freaking based gamer that, again, I want to actually talk about something. Who is Wall Street Bets? Because you're going to see a lot of media smears about this. They're already calling them far right.
It's got some Trump energy, to be honest with you. And maybe it's just their avatar, but...
Good, they should be far right. We need to go make this go and use it to. By
the way, you remember when all of us said that, look, when these people were going to start like censoring, when they were going to start silencing people, when they were going to start like that, it wasn't going to end with us, because we knew that, because they went at like these fuckers went after Alex Jones, Milo Yiannopoulos, Laura Loomer,
right.
Then they start going after other people. Then they started going after the president. Now, guess what? It's not stopping. Okay, these fuckers that are silencing people, they're not stopping. Okay, now they're now Discord's going at. Now Discord was trying to go after these people, right? Why? Not because they broke the rules, but because of hate speech, right? Remember that fucking term, hate speech?
I think it's a fucking lie too. I think was an excuse. Their financial backers probably pressured them.
Which I have
I have some info on that.
Which I have to say,
that's what they're doing.
Which I have to say, as someone who was banned from Discord a long time ago, welcome to the party, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I want to get some insight on that.
This is what I'm saying. But this is part. Well, it's part what I'm saying. It's not that they're not. Nobody's creating hate. Nobody's creating hate speech, right? These people. Alex Jones wasn't creating hate speech. Milo Yiannopoulos wasn't creating hate speech. Laura Loomer wasn't creating hate speech. None of these other President Trump wasn't creating hate speech. None of these people were creating hate speech. It was because they were dangerous, right? Because of what they had to say was bucking the fucking narrative. And now they're going after Wall Street Bets on Discord. They're going after these fuckers because, again, they're posing a danger, right? And they were trying to get them under that bullshit hate speech rule or whatever. This is the same. They're coming and they're not stopping. This is what we're trying to fucking tell you. They're not stopping, right?
We've been yelling it and nobody's done nothing, and normies ignore us.
You know what? I wish that fucking Discord went half as hard on fucking pedophiles and like disgusting, like illegal activity as they do on people who say naughty words.
Pedophiles really aren't costing them money. So yeah. they're good.
Child groomers and all that other shit. That's not. It doesn't hurt their bottom line, but someone says a mean word, or someone drops an N bomb on fucking Twitter or non-Twitter on Discord. Oh no, we need to go and nuke the entire server. Not like people can go and make bots that go and spew profanity just to get something shut down.
Yeah, and I want to give some insight on the band because I'm in their server and I've been, like I said, I've been listening to their voice chats for hours every day. And when they got nuked, I was actually on it when it happened, and I was like, "Oh, what happened?" And what was a little odd was immediately after that happened, there was a Verge article and a couple other tech articles on it with videos and everything on what they did inciting hate speech. From what the people in the Wall Street Bets Discord have told me is that it technically, because the server's up now, it wasn't technically the server that got banned. It was the owner of the server.
Yep.
And I don't know exactly the actual, and I don't mean like we all know what the real reason is, like the reason, quote unquote, that they use for it. But what is interesting is they were able to transfer it and it's back up. It's over 500,000 people on it. It's one of the biggest Discord servers. It's insane and it's awesome.
John,
but here's the interesting thing is that when you're on there, I mean, they describe themselves on their subreddit as 4chan, as if 4chan found a Bloomberg terminal, and it's accurate. If anybody's been on 4chan, you know what the language is like on there. A lot of F words, and not the F bomb, but the other one rhymes with fig and other stuff. And when people are using it in the voice chats, it's obviously in a banterish way. It's not meant to be homophobic or anything like that, or racist or anything like that. They use all these profanities. It's a very 4chan-y bro culture.
The another really cool thing about this thing is,
so what all somebody can.
Another really cool thing about this thing is that the Wall Street Bets really has Reddit by the balls. If you think about it, because what are they going to do? The thought of Reddit kicking out Wall Street Bets or something like that would be fucking terrifying for Reddit and really everybody else. Because could you imagine them going off the grid and then just starting their own shit somewhere else? And then
they're definitely going to work on
and
that.
they can sync it, and syncing up somewhere else like 4chan or something, something else.
Well, they do.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They go underground, and then you really can't see where they're coming. And by the time you do, it is entirely the losses that would happen there would be way worse. At least if they're on Reddit, they could kind of see what's like these people can kind of see what's coming, and they can kind of mitigate. Yeah. They can kind of mitigate somewhere. But if you send it even further underground, you're not going to have a fucking clue how to fucking mitigate whatever's coming. Like, so in all reality, like Reddit, like they would be dumb. They would be fucking stupid to kick these people off. Because
I agree, and they said they aren't going to kick them off.
Yeah, they really don't have a choice. Like it would not be beneficial for them at all to do it.
Well, what's interesting too is like they privated their subreddit right after the Discord ban happened and weeded out some bad actors, and then came back public, and they've been fine. But there's many things in Discord server I noticed have changed since their temporary removal. Was, like I said, number one, a lot of 4chan language at first, a lot of locker room banter. That's kind of toned down a bit. And they've been very, 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 very careful with saying, like, this is not financial advice, et cetera, because they know people are recording this shit and all kinds of stuff. And Elon Musk, this is some really cool. I'm trying to find a recording. Elon Musk, because this is when the big first surge happened, was when Elon Musk tweeted out GameStop and linked the freaking Wall Street Bets sub on Twitter. Dude, I was on it live when that happened. People were just like exploding because it just shot the fuck up, the stock. And when that happened, Elon also went into the Discord at some point and actually talked on there. There's a recording. I'm trying to find it, but Elon was actually talking them in the Discord about stocks. So it's really, really freaking cool. And Nigel Farage has an article I see up here. It says the GameStop saga proves populism is here to stay. Yes, it's 100% true, and that's why I've taken from this too. And it's awesome. But another interesting thing is Alex and I were debating this last night, which is whether this is kind of like is this a sequel to Gamergate?
No, this is not.
No, don't do it.
Sequel.
Do not invoke.
No.
Do not invoke that name. For God's sake. Come on.
Wall Street that actually fucking worked. I think you hit the nail on the head. You made that
right. That's what I think it is. It's what it reminds me of. It's the idea.
I disagree because Wall Street, the Occupy Wall Street movement was a left-wing movement. It had some that's where Antifa was starting to brew.
Yep.
And they weren't really, it was just more like we hate the rich. Not we hate Wall Street, we hate the rich.
Yeah.
It was a very different attitude.
Well, again, I think a lot of that's been muddied over time and through media depiction.
Well, I mean, I was watching
that's
that
another
shit.
thing. And that's another thing that makes me like this so much, right? You look at Occupy Wall Street. They were just a bunch of losers protesting in New York.
Not only that,
acting weird, and then that was pretty much it. Like they're not protesting, they're doing shit about it.
Not
anyway, go ahead.
Not only that, but Occupy Wall Street was a bunch of fucking rich kids too. So it's like Occupy.
I've seen. They might not be rich. Well, some of them are, but
a lot of those.
I've seen them drop like $50,000. Like you have to have a little bit of money to be doing that.
Yeah. So
look at Roaring Kitty. How much did he put on this shit? Oh, he had 15,000 shares.
Yeah.
I mean, Occupy Wall Street was nothing like this from what I can remember and some of the things I've seen about it. I bring the Gamergate now, Joe, because I think I know what it is. I've looked into it. I wasn't around much for it, but I know what it is. It has a lot of similar threads. Look at what the media is doing. They're smearing these people as far-right extremists. That's what they're saying now.
This is
the same sort of things are happening.
This is way beast. This is way fucking bigger than Gamergate though.
Occupy Wall Street. That's probably how I would describe it.
Yeah, but how is it like Occupy Wall Street? Those people didn't accomplish anything, and it was a far left.
They were just camped out in a fucking New York, like in a New York 10 or some shit. Like, what the fuck were they doing?
This is nothing like that. These are the same. These are 4chaners.
And basically, these losers and all these Wall Street dudes were doing was looking at these weird people, going, "Oh, and that's some interesting shit," and walked right past them back to Wall Street and made their fucking money.
Well,
no, like
honestly,
this,
they didn't expose anything.
Aside from
establishment after massive financial market,
they didn't do anything. Gamergate exposed the journalists.
Let's put Gamergate aside. Let's put Gamergate aside. Let's put Occupy Wall Street aside. What this really is Leroy Jenkins. It's just a fucking coordinated World of Warcraft raid on Wall Street. I mean, it's a generation of kids. Exactly.
Well, I would also argue though, guys, that this is bigger than
definitely.
Absolutely.
Than Gamergate, yeah.
It's a sequel. It's not the same thing.
No, this is a different animal.
But
I hate that word.
What's wrong with Gamergate?
Well, I come from the internet blood sports world, and I watched all that go down. The internet historian.
He's gonna do a video on this.
He's got fucking cancer AIDS. He's dying. He hasn't done a video. He tweets, but he hasn't done fucking a video.
Well, no. I think you said internet historian, not Jim.
That's Medicare. That's
not Medicare.
Historian guy, different than Mr.
He has a different voice.
Internet aristocrat. I'm sorry.
He's been dead.
Yeah, it is Jim.
Yeah, that's Jim. I'm sorry. I mixed aristocrat and historian up. I apologize. They are very different people.
My point though is normies do not know what Gamergate was. I didn't even know what Gamergate was like until I met you. What are you groaning about, Apex? It's true.
Listen, if you came from the era that I came from, you would not even invoke such criminally mental retardation as Gamergate.
This is not
Seriously.
I think that's Gamergate. I think that's it's a false dichotomy. You're comparing it. Okay, it is more closely related, I'd say, to Occupy Wall Street because this is directly targeting Wall Street after a market manipulation by rich fucking Wall Street people.
Right.
In 2008, when Occupy Wall Street happened, that was the big short.
2011.
2012.
They didn't do anything. You guys are right. Go ahead. Sorry.
This is after people witnessed basically these hedge funds bullying these companies into bankruptcy.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that the reason I'm drawing the Gamergate comparisons is that with Gamergate, you had, I know they're different. They're similar but different. But they're
Online
it involves gamers, 4chan, Reddit, common threads here. It's also exposing major institutions. Look, Gamergate exposed all these people that were sleeping with the game devs, all these people giving it fake reviews, and of course, a whole bunch of shit. And then they were talking about the harassment we got and how all these people, Gamergate people, are sexist. They're doing the same thing with this. They're saying Andrew Left was like, "Oh, I'm getting harassed. I need to hide away." It's the same sort of shit.
Not to nearly the same degree as that was.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, it's a different animal.
I think the main degree of separation.
I'm not
and the
disagreeing
reason,
with that, but I'm saying it's the same. Look, what I'm trying to connect here is that there's a bigger picture.
Are there some parallels? Yeah, but it's a different animal.
Yeah,
but it's a different
I
animal
know that's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is you need to look at the bigger picture here, which is that this is the movement that's happening. This is the people, look, gamers. Just take the gamer group for example. People that don't care about politics that get involved. People that don't care about even sometimes the stock market getting involved. It's people that are waking up. It's a populist thing. This is all part of that movement. Like Gamergate to Trump to this. It's all Brexit. These are all connected. That's what I'm trying to say.
But hang on, Sean. I will argue that this is its own thing.
Yeah, it's completely separate.
No. It's not separate. It's not separate. These are all connected.
It is.
I actually agree with Sean. Sorry to cut you off, Sam, but I did want to say something that I forgot. But I agree that it is an amalgamation of everything.
It's
Gamergate like. It's not Occupy Wall Street. Obviously, they didn't do a fucking thing, but they were reacting to Wall Street. They were trying, and they failed. They did shit in real life and posted up in fucking tents and got snatched up in fucking blacked out windowed vehicles if they caused too much of a ruckus. But they didn't do shit. Gamergate was an internet-based movement that was focused on shit that everybody already fucking knew, stop. It made the internet that we're living in now what it is.
Yeah, but normies never cared about it.
Of course they don't. They don't fucking care. They don't know. They don't care. They don't want to know.
Well,
they don't want to care most of the time.
And that's what makes this different.
Yeah,
and that's what makes this different.
That's my point.
Normies are starting to care because this is like something that either affects the stocks that they already have, or B, it gives them an opportunity to maybe make a little bit of money on the side, or C, gives them the ability to really stick it to these fucking Wall Street pricks.
That's my point, Phil.
Go ahead, Sam. Sorry.
That's my only point, Phil, is that Gamergate, that's great, but the normies didn't care about any of that. This
Gamergate is Dogecoin. Honestly, Gamergate is fucking Dogecoin. If you want to invoke Gamergate, it is a failed thread.
Yeah,
but you can take it into consideration.
Those other things didn't lose money. Those other things didn't do any financial damage. This one, this right here.
No. It did.
I mean, it did. I mean, it did. I'm sorry. I'm not talking like no damage at all, but I'm saying it's minimal compared to the shit that happened this week. Like you're talking about
$19 billion.
True.
Yeah. No, the losses are in the total. Sean was saying was like what, over 70 billion. That's not even counting. That's not even counting the whole stock market as a whole fucking taking a beating this week. Look, the stock that I owned went down like 5%, which was great for me because I bought more of it. But yeah.
Well, see, I'm glad you bring that up.
when it
Because
comes to the stock market, I'm an opportunist. But anyway, but yeah, but this is what I'm saying. This week cost a whole bunch of rich people a whole lot of money, and that is how you get their fucking attention.
Yep.
If you're just gonna be some weirdo hippie doing jumping jacks in Central Park, nobody gives a flying fuck. If you're gonna but if you have all of a sudden you balloon up a fucking GameStop stock, resulting in billions of dollars in lost money, guess what? People are gonna start paying attention to that shit.
Well,
Right?
you know what's funny too is when the Occupy Wall Street thing happened, what were these Wall Street people doing when they saw those protests? They were literally drinking champagne, taking pictures, and laughing. That's literally what they were doing. They didn't take that shit seriously. Gamergate was taken seriously. This shit's been taken seriously. And
did you guys know though that Vox Day is the Godfather, is a main thread in the Gamergate thing? Or at least
didn't he come to prominence around then?
Yes, he did.
He hijacked
it.
Yes, he did, just like he did Comicsgate.
Here's another reason why I've been drawing the Gamergate parallels is not just the things I mentioned, but because who was one of the people at the forefront of Gamergate? Milo Yiannopoulos. And he was saying on his what? No, yeah, well, he was saying on his Telegram, he said, "Look, I was at the forefront of it. He was the one that got those emails posted on Breitbart, and he said, I'm getting the same feeling I got at the beginning of Gamergate."
They're both these are both populist movements. That's why
I know. That's my point. What I'm saying is, people need to realize this to understand the power we have and what we can do.
I don't think they do, though. I don't think they do. I think these normies need a full stop. Fuck whatever happened in the past. You don't need to explain it. This is what's happening. I mean, it's so fucking simple. From right now forward, for anybody that doesn't understand fucking Gamergate, Occupy Wall Street, never paid attention to politics or social issues at all. From right now forward, you don't need anything else.
That's my point.
Backwards, the further you try to explain backwards, the more people are going to find bullshit articles and bullshit things to soak up, and ideals they have. And that's why, again, you're right. It is a populist movement, as many of them have been in the past. But this one is doing real damage, as you've mentioned, Phil. And financial damage to the people that have been holding our fucking heads. Everyone on the lower class heads underwater for a long time. So,
and here's what I am interested in seeing what comes next, because some argue, and I get this argument. I don't completely agree with it. I agree with it to a degree that Gamergate gave us Trump. I agree with it on some levels, which is some of these people got awoken during that. They got red pilled, and thus Trump was kind of their guy, or they agreed with him on some of these things, or maybe Bernie was their guy. Because I remember at the Sargon event we had, there were a bunch of Gamergate people there that knew Sargon from Gamergate, and now look where they were at a political event. Like, I understand that. I know I wasn't really paying attention to that time, but I watched a lot of freaking documentaries and videos on it recently and kind of understand it for a good sense. And what I wonder is with this, what comes out of this? Because again, this is the big parallel I'm looking at here that's important. That, I mean, maybe the normies aren't going to get, but that doesn't matter. Is Gamergate changed the game? No pun intended. This changed the game here.
I think you're going to see some new regulations where you can't short a stock over 100%.
No, that's small stuff. I'm saying what comes next in terms of culture and political movements. Who's the next figure that's going to come out of this? Or who's the next Trump? Who's the next Milo that's going to come out of this? Who's the next Sargon? Like, I don't know what you want to call it, but what is the big thing that's going to come out of this?
This has a chance to bring a lot of people together. It really does.
It is.
Like, if you think about it,
unified right now.
Like left and right. Like this has the opportunity, because unlike Occupy Wall Street, unlike Gamergate, I've got people on my social media that are independents, that are Democrats, that are Republican, that are all over the place. They're all talking about this shit. All of them are talking about this stuff. All of them are asking, like, what can I, how can I play? Basically,
Yeah.
like because like this is big, this is huge, and like, and people are starting, and now people are starting to get just how fucking shady this whole mess is. Like freezing, keeping people from buying a certain stock. That's not you. That
Free
should be illegal.
markets.
That should be illegal. Like
Yeah.
a company, if you have an account, you should be allowed to buy whatever the fuck you want as long as you have money, or even if you have like a margin count or something like that. You should be able to buy whatever the fuck you want. But
I think the issue too is that, what was it, fucking that website, what was it, Robinhood? I don't think you're actually trading like the real stocks on there. It's like, isn't it some weird thing where it's like you're not actually buying it from the open markets, like from some hedge fund or something?
Yeah.
By the way, can I say something? How rich is it? No pun intended. How rich is it that a company like that's named Robinhood is fucking over the poor to help the rich this week?
Yeah, from Robin Hood to Robin the Hood.
Yeah, like what?
Literally. I want to see, and here's the other thing: like, what's gonna happen to all these trading things after this? I think Robinhood's gonna die.
Oh yeah, they're not gonna be able to make their IPO. They're gonna end up probably getting bought out by someone, because no one on Wall Street bet's gonna want to use it.
No.
That's what I'm saying. That we have to look at the bigger picture here, because this is game changing. That's why I'm so excited about it, because not only are we getting, look, we're unified because we all hate Wall Street, hedge funds, we all love money. And so we're getting the money when we're taking down the hedge funds. So it's perfect. It's a perfect storm. But what is going to come of this next? That to me is what's way more interesting, is because like people say Trump was kind of like an effective Gamergate. I was thinking, what's going to be an effect of this? That's, again, big picture stuff is what's got to be looked at here.
I'm not going to lie to you. Years ago, Sargon of Akkad, who I'm sure you're familiar with, had
Who's that guy?
had a 10-year plan that he laid out, and
yeah, I remember that.
He came on to the kill stream at one point after being just ashamed for months on end. He came on with Jim was on, and of course Ethan Ralph, and he had this big idea. He wanted to come on the show and had this big idea. It was the beginning of Trump's presidency. It was like late 2016, maybe early 2017. And his big idea was to get Trump to tweet Gamergate.
Epic.
2.0.
Yeah, whatever happened to Sargon UKIP, by the way? Like, what? Oh,
Sargon still makes fucking content somewhere, somehow.
No, is he like in UKIP still? Because I don't know what the fuck happened with that. I stopped paying attention to him after him and Jim got into the beef.
Yeah, I stopped paying attention when Count Dankula kind of disavowed, because Count Dankula's the funny one.
No, wait, what Count Dankula disavow?
It's UKIP. He quit.
Yeah.
Did he? I don't remember that.
Yes, I saw in one of his videos.
Oh, I do remember that now. Yeah, he made a video talking about the problems with it. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Fuck this bullshit. I'm going to go back to making memes.
Yeah, so Sargon, he did do that race with UKIP, that election, and he didn't win, but, I think it was good that he did that, because it kind of tests the waters of what we can accomplish. And he actually did something, rather than these people that just tweet and post on Facebook and think they're doing something. He actually did something. And I think he's morphed into more podcasting now, because he's worked with his secretary of Akkad. I think he does say his name publicly, Calum. And they do a podcast together with usually a guest, and it's a really good podcast. So if you want to check that out, it's called Lotus Eaters. If anybody wants to check that out. But I mean, Sargon is still doing what he does, if not better. I can't fault him at all.
But look, there's lessons to be learned in all of this, right?
That's my
like. There's lessons to be learned. Like, if you want to make, if you want things to change, you're gonna have to make it. Okay, it's up to you to make it. Right? We have look, Republicans, if you want this country to not turn into a communist hole, you're gonna have to put the work in, right? I know you're kind of trying to wait for somebody else to take over, or you're waiting for somebody else to kind of fix the problem. But guess what? We're gonna have to be the ones that fix this fucking problem, right? Because at the end, I don't see very many other people doing it, right? And this is the thing. They like you look at this week, these people, like, we've been bitching about Wall Street for fucking years. There's been tons of movies, tons of TV stuff, tons of newspaper articles, tons of instances, tons of historical instances where Wall Street has fucked over everybody else, and people just keep complaining about it, right? All they do is complain about, oh, they're fucking crooked, they're this, they're that, whatever. These people did something. These people actually went and did something. That's the learning experience. If you do something about it and invest in doing something about it, things happen, right? Things can happen.
They changed the markets and they changed the world with this.
Exactly. That's what you need to do. We can't just sit around and expect like somebody else to fucking fix this shit. We're gonna have to do the Mahatma Gandhi, right? You're gonna have to be the change that you want to see in the world, right?
Yes.
That's the learning experience from this week, right?
Yeah, I agree. And like when you bring up Sargon, I know like Jim and him were getting some beef and shit. They're mocking his UKIP thing, but it's like, dude, at least he's fucking doing something. You may not like it, but he's doing something. These other people aren't doing shit. You know, these people that just post on Twitter and just complain. It's like, what are you doing with your, keyboard? Nothing. And we need to band together and figure out what to do next. Like when Sargon talks about a 10-year plan, that's the kind of thinking we need. You may not agree with the plan, maybe. I mean, look, I'm still a fan of Sargon. I've always liked the guy, but just take at least that out of it. You need to think big and long term. We keep thinking too small over things that don't matter. It's like, no. There's a bigger picture here. I know I've said that word like 10 times tonight, but there's a bigger picture here. You gotta wake up.
Even in the political scene, right? You look at Chad Prather, right? The dude that's on the Blaze TV, whatever. He apparently he's running for Texas governor, right? Good. Okay, which, I mean, is this a fucking publicity stunt? Who the fuck knows? But at least, again, you're doing something. Now, whether he truly invests in that campaign, that's gonna, time will tell, right? But again, you got to do something, right? You got to do something, and you have to invest in that action, right? You get just saying, "Oh, I'm gonna do. Look, this sucks, man. Why doesn't anybody do anything? What is wrong with these people?" Right? If that's all you're doing on Twitter, you suck. Okay, you got to do more, right? You got to be the change, like, because there's a lot of good. And this is the thing. There's so many people. There's so many good people in this world. There's so many good people in this country. There's so many good people, but you're kind of just, there's a lot of people that are just kind of sitting on the sidelines that are just kind of looking.
Doers. Most people are talkers.
Exactly. So,
and I'm not picking on anyone in particular, to be clear. It's just like I go on Twitter, I see the bitching, I see the moaning, and Scott Presler says, love that guy too. He goes, "Stop talking, start doing." Best quote, like best slogan ever.
Don't tell me. Look, don't tell me, show me.
Yes.
Don't tell me, show me.
As
I learned that. The old 49ers coach used to say that. I think it was Mike Singletary. Yeah. He's like, "No, I don't want to hear that talk. Don't tell me, show me." I'm like, "All right." That's
Sonny says preach. She knows what we mean.
Yeah.
Shovel point, what are you doing with your keyboard? Nothing.
Yes. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Like, look, we have the ability, like we as people, we have the ability to make the change that we want to see in the world, like whatever it is, right? But
that's the other takeaway from this. Again, the people have power. There's more of us.
Yeah.
We have autismos on our side.
Yeah.
We can do it. You
Yeah.
just gotta find a way. Like, look, we all think Wall Street's rigged. You're not gonna make money. Mostly true, but guess what? If
If nobody does anything about it, it's going to stay rigged.
Yes, and if there's a will, there's a way. You can find a way. They found a way. Will they shut this way down? Probably. We can find another way. Just gotta keep going. I mean, look, that's why the pessimism that I hear sometimes. I mean, look, I feel like I'm not as pessimistic as I used to be, but I could be a very pessimistic person. I can't deal with that anymore.
As
You're
Jolly,
either realistic or optimistic.
as Jolly
Say?
as Jolly Rogers says in the chat, and he's absolutely right about this. Never underestimate the power of autism in anime, which is true.
Never
the moon.
underestimate the power of a mullet and a Pabst Blue Ribbon, man. I'm telling you.
We're all fucking doomed, man.
Okay, Doomer.
Look, Debbie Downer over here. Jesus. No, but you get like
we've been doomed forever. I mean, we're all gonna die, right? I mean, we're doomed, like by definition.
So,
Stop being black-pilled, Gamma.
Even nothing.
But I'm saying,
Donnie
look,
says
there's
I love
certain
anime.
things- let's be real.
Anime too. I've seen your Samurai Jack.
Most of the time, I'm a nihilist too. I will admit, there's most of the time where I'm a nihilist too. But there's certain things that reinvigorate me, and this week was definitely one of them. Right?
Yeah.
This was definitely one of those reinvigorating moments where I'm like, oh yeah, just when I thought humanity was failing us, here we go. All right.
Hey, it's like in the movies when you think everything is gonna end, and then the hero just comes out and freaking slays the dragon.
Yeah,
it's
and I mean, like what you guys are talking about, Sonny, the co-host of the Interest of Stuff, or one of the hosts of the Interest of Stuff show on D Live and YouTube. Awesome people, Sonny and Jeremy. She's in Sammy's chat, and she said supporting local businesses is a really good way to hurt. The big wigs. And if we shop at local stores more instead of Amazon and Walmart, we would make an actual difference. But people don't because it's not convenient.
Which I wanted. I did want to
talking about stonks and shit. Like that's the places we need to start. Fucking vote in your local elections. Understand who your local politicians are for starters. Let's fucking start there.
Shadowing.
We've been saying, and look, and here's the thing, and that's a great thing you brought up, Apex. Great thing you brought up. We've been talking about this sort of thing for God knows how long.
For years.
We understand, like we as a group, like the group we're in right now, we understand that, and we've talked about it. But not a whole lot wasn't getting done, and in this last election, we started to see what happens when you don't fucking do that shit. We're starting to see the I don't want to say the fruits, but like the poison of what happens when we kind of just talk and don't do shit, right?
Here's the other thing, dude. How many people even know their fucking neighbors? How many people actually talk to the people in their community?
I do.
Well, right, but Sam, you do, and I do, and I feel like,
dude, my fucking neighbor is a meth head, but I'm pretty sure.
But you know that. You know
what
I mean?
I know my neighbor. I just bought meth from him yesterday. What the fuck, man?
He just sold me my hooker. What are you talking about?
This fucking neighbor, man. I could go on about this. Dude, he's like,
well, it's not even about like your direct neighbors. It's about community. You know what I mean? Like, do you hold the door open for someone you see?
No, you can't hold doors. You can't hold doors open for people because that's like that's apparently that's sexist.
I almost got beat up by an old guy when I was at the YMCA for holding the fucking door open. I'm not
so then you say,
wait, what?
Yeah,
let's explain that.
Let's pull on that thread a little bit.
Dude, he was like, "Oh, I can open the door for myself. You don't hold that door for me. I'll beat you with my cane." I was like, "Okay, bye."
I will slam it. I'll be like, "Fuck you."
Dude, he was funny. And then I used to love being a lifeguard, man. There were so many funny stories from that shit.
Dude, that's funny. You know, the one thing I've always brought up too about the holding doors is like my mom always makes me do it for her, and I'm like, I thought women were just as equal as men, mother. So why do I need to do it? Because she always say men. She'd be like, open the door, men. I'm like,
Ask her, what about feminist? You must not be a good feminist then.
Well,
yeah.
see, that's the thing though, is I hold the door for anybody.
Yeah.
Like if
Same.
they're within
This
like
is-
10 steps of the door that I'm opening, I'm gonna hold it for them. And if there's
Yeah, same.
15 fucking people, there comes a point, like at Sam's Club, this happens almost every time I go there, because there's nobody there separating carts, and the little buckles all get stuck together, so you'll get fucking 4 carts all stuck together. So you try to pull one out, and you untangle one, and there's another person coming up for a cart. So I'm like, oh, here, you can take that one. And I unbuckle it, unhook another fucking buckle, and there's 3 more people there. So, eventually it's like, okay, I mean, I'm being nice, and I'm fine with that. It's not that hard to do this, but I'm not being paid, and I'm here to do something too. You know what I mean? So eventually
Bro, I
you
was
have to
at
grab
one
the cart.
place
So,
where I held the door open for one person. I go, thank you, sir. Another person comes, thank you. And then there's like a stream of them. I'm like, when do I get
right.
out of this?
No
Right.
good
You
deed
you
goes
find it. You find yourself in a dilemma where someone in that line is going to be like, "What a dick, dude," if they're not
Yeah.
paying attention, of course. But you, you know, I have a pretty pretty pronounced mental inabilities. So I just kind of block off certain things. I'm very empathetic and I care a
Yeah.
great deal about what people think. But at a certain point, I'm like,
Look,
it doesn't matter. I don't care.
look, there's things that I'm guilty of too. Like I'm not. I'm gonna bring humble moments to this thing too. There's times where I look at what's going on TV. I look at what's going on Twitter or Facebook or whatever. Actually, I'm not on any of those anymore. Or yeah, where
But when you were,
and when I was, there was times where I looked at that and I thought that was the real world. Like this was
of
my
course.
one of my fatal mistakes was like looking at what was going on Twitter and thinking, oh, that must be what's going on in the real world.
Well, of
I'm like,
course.
and you like you have to when you feel like that, you have to take a step back and go, okay,
Yeah.
all right, you
That
talk to friends, hang out with friends, live a little,
that's why in fact I always take the month of December off from doing the show usually, because if I don't take a break from the show, then it just, every once in a while it gets to be too much. So
yeah.
Well, no, and that's actually a good thing you bring up, Phil, because I think what this does in a way is like it kind of reminds you of the fact that it feels like real life and the internet are like 2 different worlds.
Mhm.
And when you get those moments where like see like when the guy shouted Pepe at a Clinton rally, like when she was speaking, or recently when they were talking about Wall Street bets on CNN, they brought up one of the memes where there's like this girl crying. She's like, "Why won't you sell my million? These stocks make and get us $1 million. Why are you still holding?" And then there's like the dude that just goes, "Yes," that meme. Like it was something like that. I posted in the chat, I'll bring it up on the stream, the screen of the stream, so people can see. But it's when those moments happen, I always get such a chuckle out of it, and you get those feels in you because it's when the memes and the internet culture and the internet world like meets reality. It's like when it enters it, they feel like separate worlds, and then when they like one of them comes into the other, it's funny. It's so funny, and the Wall Street bets thing reminds me of that, and that the internet has so much power still, despite the censorship and restrictions, so much power. And there seems you need almost like both battlefields. Like the internet's a battlefield, and so is the real world. And there's, like doing stuff online's great, but you got to translate that to the real world. And Wall Street Bets was able to successfully do that, like to a freaking peak. And like I said, I mean, I know I talk about these people that complain on Twitter a lot, but it's like kind of relates to that because those people don't do a lot in the real world. But at the same time, I don't want to discount the internet with that when I say that, because we see what the power of it is. And also, like Apex, I'm glad you brought that up with like Amazon, all these, shopping at small businesses
that
instead, because
Mhm.
people
Yeah,
forget
that was
very
Sonny. But
little.
go ahead. Yeah.
yeah, that was
Oh, that
some
was Sam.
That was Sunny, who's a mod in my chat.
Oh.
She brought that up. So
Okay, shout out to both of you then for
Yeah.
that. But still a good point, because I want people to remember that you can make a little difference. Like, look,
but
don't
I
buy
I
some from Amazon.
I do
There's
want
little things everybody can do. Send stuff to your friends of, like Project Veritas videos exposing these people. Like, you can do little things. It's not hard. Just gotta do it.
I do want to bring something up though in regards to the whole Amazon thing, because I do agree with the whole shopping at, small businesses when you can, which is why if you want me to put my tinfoil hat on here, which I'm gonna do in a sec, that's why
Let's go.
I find the whole thing with the lockdown and small
First the Naked Chariot Ride shirt,
and
now the tinfoil hat, huh?
and small business
Busting the same thing.
and small businesses closing down. I found that funny. Oh, you can't shop at your small businesses because the mom and pop store, someone might catch corona. But did they shut down Amazon? Nope. Amazon
Mm-hmm.
Amazon made a fuck ton of money during
Yep.
COVID. Yeah, and your books and your CDs get crushed, and the and the box are filled. So did Uber Eats. I do that for Uber Eats. Same. Hold, hold on. I hold on. Hold on, folks. I guess. Hang on, folks. I guess the desktop audio shorted out in OBS. So let me try and fix. Let me try. I think your channel is still good, but mine, it says that the desktop audio I've
the word millionaires, and the dude goes, "No, we must make them pay." Based. I love it. And then here, small thing I want to bring up that's actually the bigger point, because I think you say, Alex, this is like a political statement. It is. And one thing to keep in mind is like, yeah, people love making money about all of this, but as the Joker says, it's not about the money. It's about sending a message. And fuck yeah, we're doing that.
And that's what you have to realize going into, unless you pull out at some point, you're not going to make any money.
Okay, audio's back for the Versa guys. So sorry about that, chat. Thanks.
Yeah, I must have had the SEC try and shut you down with the feds.
I got you.
Listen,
subscriber button, folks.
Yeah,
Diamond hands, that sub button. Diamond hands. Going deep.
Hit the sub button, folks. We're at 725 here. We're almost at 1,000. Almost.
Pump the Versa boys. Come on, you're at 700 something. Let's get the Versa boys up.
And sub to the Versa boys, which, by the way, we might have an announcement here in a few weeks, maybe a few months.
Breaking news?
Yeah, Sam's coming out.
Congratulations on your new journey.
Well,
appreciate it.
I mean, we already know that I'm a total.
We're here to support you, Sam, and whatever you do. Okay.
It wasn't just the e-girls that were excited when Sam took his shirt off. Let's put it that way.
I'm titty sexual. So.
Whoa.
And men can have titties too.
Yeah.
Nah. Well, they can, but.
All that chest hair got me excited. Oh my god. No, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Look, we can't all be Charlie Kirk and
fuck that guy.
I tried to do the TP USA joke. I tried to fit it in there, man.
Oh god, did fucking Charlie say something about this? I'd love to see him.
I was trying to fit in. I was trying to make a good enough joke. Unfortunately, I'm only Amy Schumer funny. So like I tried to do the thing where he brought like thoughts up on stage where he was shooting cash or whatever.
Oh my god.
Oh yes. No, if he was actually funny, if he was actually interesting.
We should make that a button, like whenever someone subs, we have like that picture of Charlie Kirk sending like the fucking thought money out.
Yes. Well, I was thinking like what Charlie should do if he's funny is he should have gone like dollars, like money that had like the Wall Street Bets guy on it, like the logo on there, and had like GME somewhere, and like shoot that out into the crowd. Now that would be funny.
He did that like several months before this was the thing. So.
I know, but I'm saying like to make up for that, or maybe like let's say that didn't happen and he was planning to do it later. Like instead he does socialism. Literally. Let's see what his Twitter says. Let's see if he's talking about. Oh, he's talking about Black Lives Matter. That's what he's talking about.
Oh my!
That's definitely the relevant thing to be talking about.
Oh wait, whoa! We have something here. For someone who specifically campaigned on standing up for the quote mainstream, not Wall Street, Joe Biden has been fairly silent the past 2 days. I think you have too, Charlie, but we'll see. Elizabeth Warren claimed to be a populist fighter against Wall Street and said she wants to subpoena day traders who broke the backs of hedge fund managers' backs. That is true, actually. That Elizabeth Warren did have that in her thing. Joe Biden saw on the issue, says, come on, Bernie Sanders is MIA. Very true. Democratic Party is part of Wall Street. I agree.
The only one who fucking said anything from the Democrats really seems to be the fucking dumb AOC.
The squad. Yeah. Yo, and by the way, look, again, I said this when she did before. She did a Twitch stream, like, during when this was at its peak during this week. Fucking smart. She had I think it was 500,000 or 250,000 or something like that live viewers. She didn't know how to use OBS, which was hilarious. That was the funny part because her picture kept moving and she's like trying to figure it out. I'm like, I know what you're doing. You're playing with OBS. But she eventually got it going and like, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of enjoyed it. And conservatives, hello, that's what we should be doing. That's what we do.
Boomers. What do you expect Ted Cruz to go and like fucking get down on Fortnite?
Mitch McConnell starts going on playing Minecraft.
Oh my god.
The worst thing that I've ever seen in a political scene in my entire life is when they had their when they had the heads of these social media tech companies, seeing these old fuckers in the GOP trying to ask questions like, "Oh, what is it?" Like, to me, I was just trying to lip read their shit like, "Oh my god, what's a computer? How do you get on Twitter with this dial up? What the fuck is it? God damn it!
Didn't one of them say the Google iPhone 2, I think, or something like that?
What is this? It's like these modem scrotum companies. What the fuck is this? Like, it's incredible to me. Like, this is the problem. This is the quintessential problem of the fucking GOP. We've got old people that have been in these seats for like 30, 40 years that have no fucking clue what they're doing. Like what they're doing from a media or social media or whatever. Look, and seeing anybody above the age of 60 try look typing on Twitter, I'm immediately calling bullshit, right? I'm like, okay, who wrote that fucking tweet? Whoever wrote that tweet is probably a genius because you didn't I know you didn't.
Trump could somehow do it.
He's the only one.
Yeah,
he's the only one that could. Everybody else
can do it. Like even Donnie was bringing up. Donnie was bringing up Joe Biden quotes, and she was bringing up the tweet deck or whatever. I was like, and that was like the one that reminded me. By the way, thanks, Donnie. Anyway, the bringing that up, and I'm like, you know what? I bet they're all fucking doing it, right? Yeah. I know Joe Biden's doing it, but I bet they're all fucking doing the same damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
See, we need to get Mark of that boomer defender to Congress. They'd be the perfect audience for that.
Well, no. If there was if Boomer Defender was in Congress, then they would all like disappear. Then all of Congress would basically.
Dude, Mark, I need to go and get someone. If we have any fucking tech people out here who know how to program shit, I have an idea. $1 million.
If anyone has learned to code already, fucking DM us.
Yeah, I got this idea, man. Hit up the fucking Congress, get the boomers out there. We'll prevent them from falling for scams. We'll teach them tech. Proof internet.
We haven't no Sonny. We haven't talked about that, but that might be a good topic to transition to.
A good segue.
Before you segue, I did dig into Charlie.
Before you pre-segue, I have to go, guys. I have to wake up super fucking early, and I fucked up. I'm not gonna go into it. But
no, you didn't. You showed up. It was fantastic.
Yeah, it was a great day. Yeah. Just started really late. Like exceptionally.
All
late.
good.
He's not holding the line, boys.
No, I wasn't holding the line. No, I failed.
Disavow.
So.
No, man.
Burn him at the stake.
Man.
No, I love you guys. You all have a great night. Hold the line.
Hold
get
the
those
line.
diamond hands. Sammy, stop being so Sammy. Oh, man, that was gonna be way meaner. I should have just went for it. Anyway, I love you guys.
Stop being so crippled.
See you at the moon. See you at the moon.
Yes.
Yeah, boys, we're going to the moon soon. Get ready. Liftoff starts on Monday.
We're going to the moon.
What was that, Alex?
What the fuck is a gamma?
What? Okay, so what is
what is a gamma?
Okay, so it's something that Vox Day, who is Owen's handler, basically made.
Drink.
Handler. Oh yeah, shit. Fuck.
Basically,
out of beer already. Fuck.
Basically, it's what Vox describes as anyone who he doesn't like as a gamma. So basically, like it's kind of like a beta male, except like way worse. And
how can you be worse than a beta?
According to Vox, you can, but again, we're talking at like the cringiest right-wing LARPers. Yeah.
I think it's because the hierarchy is like alpha is the first letter, then beta, and then I guess is gamma next. I would think someone else would be.
Then it's delta, then it's gamma. And
You know the GOP reminds me of like, have you ever seen those have you seen those progressive commercials where the guy is like where they're acting like their dads or whatever, and that guy and the one guy is trying to teach them how not to be like their dads, like and you got the guy's like, oh, we're gonna open a PDF, who wants to start, and everybody's like, oh, I don't know. Yo, that's the GOP, right? All those people that are like, I don't know how to do all that. That's the fucking GOP right there.
You know what's sad too is actually on average the GOP is technically younger than the Democrats.
Yep.
Nancy's pushing what, fucking 90?
Yeah, but you got so that's not.
Well, that's not saying much. You know,
that's not saying much because you have a couple people in Congress, like on the Democratic side, who are like fucking ancient. That are like, how the fuck are they still alive?
It's not just a couple; it's a lot, dude.
Yeah, but they do have quite a few young people there too. But
dude, the Republicans have more young people. That's been the problem with the Democrats. Who are their like figureheads? Bernie, old as shit. Nancy, old as shit. Schumer, old as shit. Biden, old as shit.
Fucking dude. You know the thing is, too, he's related to that Amy Schumer bitch. Like,
yep.
If I see her,
you had to say that. You had to say that after I made that really shitty Amy Schumer joke, didn't you? You had to put that out there, huh?
Yeah,
Chuck,
had to rub it in.
Chuck, Trump incited an erection, a national erection.
Yep. He can't fucking his own erection of these.
Somebody get this man Viagra. Holy fuck, man. We gotta solve this issue right now.
I mean,
dude, it was funny you actually said that.
I mean, in my opinion, Gina Carano incited a national erection, but that
damn it.
Damn it,
sex talk thing now. We're having
Simpy Sam.
What is it?
After Gamma.
Look, this isn't Taxi Cab Confessionals, okay? We gotta keep this thing somewhat professional. All right?
Big taxi.
Yeah, we're professional autism.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
this is why Donnie's scared.
So speaking.
It's okay, Donnie, we don't bite.
Speaking of segueing, Black Lives Matter has been nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize.
How can you nominate a
collective organization? That's nice.
How like there's no, who is Black Lives Matter? It's a fuck, like, they just gonna nominate the Democrat Party at that point?
Pretty much.
How
many cities did they burn down? How many people did they kill? How many cops did they assassinate? How many small businesses did they destroy? The Capitol rioters should be nominated.
Yeah, Republicans. Yeah, you ain't rioting, right?
You know, we should demand the Capitol rioters get nominated for Nobel Peace Prize because they are objectively more peaceful. Let's do it. Get a movement going. Get a hashtag going. Hashtag Peace Prize for rioters. Peace Prize for MAGA rioters.
Although, as someone pointed out to me today, Alexander Nobel invented dynamite, so there is that.
Yeah, but that was used for like mining.
Matter invent, you know.
They invented the
culture, and they invented cancel culture. That's right.
No, they invented the imaginary concept of systematic racism.
Oh, they didn't invent that. It's been around before them.
I know, but they mainstreamed it. But El Abuelo de Superman says in the chat, what do y'all see Jimmy doing on Monday? I see going to the moon, baby. Liftoff's gonna happen.
It's probably gonna fucking go back and forth, and it's not gonna be anything because you need to be focusing on fucking, what was it? Is it GameStop or GM or yeah, I don't know.
He said GME. That's GameStop.
I said AMC. Someone was talking about AMC earlier.
No, with GME, what's probably going to happen is, like I said, liftoff is going to happen. It's going to start going up, have some like dips, but this squeeze, depending on how long people hold, it could last days, or it could last one day, or it could last a couple hours. It won't be like gone in an instant, but it could last a bit. But that's just guess, not financial advice. What I want to bring up before we transition out, though, is I did dig to find when Charlie Kirk started talking about this, and to try and find his position. Now, to be clear, he doesn't have a stance on this. On his personal Twitter feed, not Turning Point, he has not taken a side on Wall Street bets. Coincidence? I think not. But this is what the first time he tweeted about it was on January 27th, which was that the Thursday, I believe, or the Wednesday?
That was Wednesday.
That was the Wednesday, yes. Thank you, Sam. And all he said was the Pelosi's bought up to $1 million worth of Tesla options at $500 each of Joe Biden's announcement that he's transitioning U.S. fleet to electric vehicles. Now that everybody's watching the stock market, maybe we can finally have a discussion about rampant insider trading DC, thinking emoji. And he just kind of says shit like that over like a couple more tweets, and that's really it. You want to talk about a dude that literally had a tour called Culture War, and he's not talking about the biggest battle in the Culture War in years, and he doesn't even have a stance on it. He's barely talking about it.
Well, you want to know? You want to know my theory on that?
I am super excited for a new org, because we could actually fucking fill this void that needs to be filled to actually do something.
You want to know my theory on that?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
From what I've heard, and again, this is just what I've heard. I don't know this to be true, but a lot of Turning Point backers are Wall Street people.
So, of course, yeah. Oh, absolutely, they are.
So
absolutely.
So Charlie's not going to say anything because he doesn't want to piss off Daddy Hedge Fund.
Yep. We can look at the open secrets. Let's do it right now. We can probably find something. What were you saying, Alex?
Oh, was I saying shit, dude?
I think you said I'll fill your void, and I was like, oh.
Last thing. No, I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure Sam's up the right rabbit hole. With that shit. I think Charlie Kirk, he's being funded by these Wall Street people. Turning Point, it's probably largely an AstroTurf organization.
Yeah,
it is. And I hate to say it. I hate to say because I want all these things to succeed. I really do. But when they're shit,
they sold out.
Yeah. And hey, look at Yao. I think we talked about. Did we talk about last week the Yao 2 scandal?
We talked out in private, but not. Thank you for reminding me, by the way, because I've been getting DMs about it. So yeah, let's talk about that now, shall we?
Yeah, I will say I'm still working on the video we're going to be doing on our channel. This whole GameStop thing kind of put that on the back burner, but video's going to come out with a lot of shit because I dug deep into that one. There was around like 50 allegations publicly.
Yeah, I actually, if you want to do a collaboration on that video, I'd be happy to to do something. We'll talk after the show.
Yeah. Yeah, what have you been finding out? Have you found anything spicy?
Well, I mean, everything that you... So basically, folks, as some of the people in the Whitfield Report chat might remember, a few years ago, actually 2 summers ago, I went to the Young Americans for Liberty YALCon conference in Memphis, and some of you guys actually PayPal donations so I could go on that road trip, which was very generous. And my buddies and I that went, we live streamed and we did a couple on the road streams. So those videos are still up on the channel if you guys want to go watch those. But I have not been part of Yale for roughly a year, pretty much since that trip, and I want to be clear that it's not because of the allegations or anything like that. It's because Yale wasn't, suited to what I wanted to do in politics. But their leader has been accused of sexual assault and sexual harassment by something like 50 women now, I guess. So,
and Yao's getting sued. Basically, there's a bunch of sexual allegations with Yao, sexual assault, harassment, and potentially like actual like rape. I'm not 100% sure how much of that there is, but
See, okay. There's a part of me that's a little torn here because, I just don't think like how many sexual assault allegations can Yao probably have?
Dude,
When you figure,
A lot.
when you look, there has to be a certain number of women to be able to have these allegations, and all those Yao events are nothing but fucking sausage fests. So
that is true.
That is true, even though I know you're kind of like being a little tongue in cheek there, but that's a lot of truth to it. And you want to know why? It's because women come, they're like, oh, I love free markets. They go to a Yao Con, and it's like, oh, it's a female.
It probably creates more socialists than any fucking Democrat clubs. They get scared of these people and they want regulation.
Yeah.
How you get like fucking feminist people as you get these fucking creepertarians.
Well, that's what happens is they run into a creepertarian, they fucking leave. Look, even my girlfriend was involved with them, and she basically bounced once she got not only creeped out, but like harassed by board members who shall not be named, and treated like crap by board members who shall not be named.
I know we just met, but I love you, and I want to spend the rest of my life with you. I don't know. Please take this engagement ring I just got from the quarter machine.
Oh God!
Please, dude, I don't want to be alone forever. Please.
You ever see that fucking cringe video on YouTube where it's like some dude in high school proposes to his girlfriend of one day in the fucking lunch class, the fucking lunch period? Man, people are fucking nuts.
Yeah, that sounds like a Yao meeting.
Dude, their memes are so shit. It's like the ones at Penn State were like, oh, let's talk about let's try and copy Turning Point. Just talk about the news and like have discussion questions, but with less people. I mean, hey, it's a winning formula.
Was that the one where we made the furry vaping account on with that Yao?
I didn't do that. I would never do
like
that.
The whole time. No, I like when I went to like one or two meetings, I think, at Penn State. And the only reason I went was because you were there. And like Sean, you were there. And I was like, dude, this is gay. I kind of want to leave. Like we gotta leave this sausage fest like fucking now. But like you were no, your girlfriend was there and you wanted to be supportive and all that.
No, she wasn't girlfriend yet. But I wanted it to
be. The girl at the time.
What was that?
So you're for the girl, so you want to go pretend.
I have to share my feelings with you. just this one time.
At a Yao meeting, it's the right place.
So when
we're at the beach,
we need to get rid of these libertarians. Just put them all in one club.
We already did. It's called Yao.
You can't get rid of them. It's like there's like a you have to get rid of the Night King.
So
because all the Night King does is just raise his hands, and then all these fucking incels just pop up out of nowhere.
Game of Thrones, dude.
So
got Damien shit from Always Sunny.
So when I was at YellowCon, right, my two buddies and I were the only two conservatives there, so we started a drink. So my buddies and I, we all had a room together, and the walls were paper thin. So we started a drinking game where every time we heard someone start a sentence with "as a libertarian, I believe," we had to take a drink. Well, we got so fucking shit-faced because literally every sentence was, I kid you not, well, as a libertarian, I believe X. Oh, really? Well, as a libertarian, I believe, and it just went back.
I want to infiltrate this shit now. This sounds so fucking autistic.
It was the most autistic thing, and eventually we had to stop. We actually had to stop drinking because if we would have continued, we would have all gotten alcohol poisoning.
As a libertarian, I have to accept that I may never have sex with a woman ever.
Consensually.
Dude, I thought the fucking furry con would be fun to go and infiltrate. This sounds like it's fucking even better. To go and fucking infiltrate this.
You know, I miss my chance because I'm kind of like, I bet the vibe's gonna be different. Actually, it might not be. Shit, what am I saying? Now, but I almost went to the one with my girlfriend when she went to her last one, but I was like really busy, and I was like, dude, I don't want to go see some libertarians in Philly, so I stayed home. But I missed my chance because, dude, she says too, the people, they're freaking creepy. It's like 99% dude. It's also 99% white dudes. And look, I'm no social justice warrior, but when you don't have at least some women and some people that are, I don't know, different colors in your org
that are not white, that just looks like a fucking Klan meeting. Yeah, I totally get it.
There's something wrong.
They just want to get one back off all the time.
What was that?
These are like the Klan rejects that got kicked out because all they want to do was fuck things.
Like it's a whole bunch of, it's like a whole bunch of white dudes with one black dude that you could probably spot on a fucking GPS. Like,
fucking like one girl who's like not into those people.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty bad. Like when you read what Cliff Maloney was doing, their CEO, like allegedly, it's all allegedly, he would, like, one of his tactics that he would repeatedly do at the conventions was he'd find these women, and look, they were all good looking women. Like, I mean, it's clear like what he was targeting, and he would ask them to bring food to his hotel room.
Oh,
and then once they got in there,
I did hear him. I did overhear him say that at YALCON. Actually,
what?
Hey, baby, you bring the buns and I'll bring the meat. All right,
I'll bring the sauce.
Why would he admit this? Is he like? Did they have like a fucking pickup artist class over there?
Well,
Tell me they had
no. It wasn't
like a pickup artist fucking breakout group.
No. It wasn't. He didn't admit this. I overheard him say, "Guys, we're having an executive team meeting in my room, so we're all gonna bring dinner."
Oh no! We're talking to girls.
So this holy shit! It makes. This changes.
Everything makes sense now.
Yeah,
the autism puzzle piece is connected.
Yeah, so I mean, shoot, my buddies and I, we just spent the weekend like, we didn't even like really do any events or breakout groups. Basically, all we did was we actually snuck out of the hotel and went and like drove around Memphis for the day because. You know,
that's what I would have done.
It's Memphis. It's a cool place, and so then we totally lied about what we did too. We were like, so what's your? And they were like, so what was your favorite event? And so we just like filled
Cliff's
out
room.
Favorite event was.
Done all this stupid shit.
My favorite event was the brewery tour that we went on, but you know that's here nor there. So,
dude, that's pretty bad. I mean, if you've seen something, I would encourage you if you know anything that could be helpful to the investigation to reach out. But you know, we're laughing, to be clear, folks. Like, obviously, what this dude did was scummy, but we're laughing just how allegedly,
like we're not surprised.
Yes.
Like none of us are
just
fucking
how
surprised
bad these conventions are. No, I'm not. The only thing
not
that's surprised
at all.
Yeah,
the only thing I would be surprised about. The only thing that I'm surprised about is that enough of women actually showed up to these fucking meetings to be able to accuse anybody at that place of sexual harassment.
Honestly, yeah.
Like 20 sexual harassment complaints. That means 20 women had to have actually showed up to these fucking meetings, and I don't believe that at all.
You know what would be really interesting to look at is, because their members always have to, like, here's another thing that's scammy with Yao. Like, with Turning Point, you don't have to pay them anything. Nothing. No dues, no nothing. With Yao, to be an official member, nationally and locally, you have to pay that stupid fee.
Yep,
and
which
is freaking terrible.
Literally, I'm in line. I'm in Pennsylvania, and I've seen less sausage at Kunzler Factory, right, than this shit.
What I would love for them to do is take their gender ratio of men to women, like see how many women were there, and find out the number, and then compare it to the number of allegations and see what that freaking percentage is.
So I have another funny story about that. So the credit card that I had, this has to do with the membership thing. It's not as spicy, but the credit card that I used to pay the yearly due, like it expired the same year that I first signed up, right? So and I lost my Yale login too, so that was the other thing. So basically, I just let the card expire, and I got text messages like, "Why haven't you paid your dues?" And I'm like,
yeah, they're fucking persistent, aren't they?
Because I'm no longer interested. Oh, okay. Well, if you give us a new card by logging on, we can, and I'm like, did you just
what part of not interested you not understand?
Well, see, that's how they go with women,
Yeah. No. You joke about that, but they are the definition across the board of they don't take no for an answer. It's not just with membership, it's also with women.
Aren't a lot of them involved with marketing scams too?
Well,
yes, there's a pattern of people being involved with Cutco.
Well, also when I was,
you had to do the Cutco thing, didn't you?
Was there a fucking Cutco exhibit over there? I would love. That'd be hilarious.
Don't make fun of their quality knives.
Yeah, they fucking rust after a month.
when I still was a part of Yale, they kept calling me, being like, "Sam, we need you to travel to XYZ state, right?" And I'm like,
yeah, that's another common thing. They ship you out of state.
And I'm like, I'm in the middle of school, like I'm in the middle of midterms right now. I can't leave. And they're like, "Oh, well, we really need you for the Liberty Movement, and you'll get paid like,
oh god,
you'll get paid like $15 an hour and a stipend for travel."
So they bribed you.
I'm like,
$15 an hour. Oh my!
Oh shit!
And
money right there.
And I'm like, you guys realize I'm in a wheelchair, right? I can't, like, it's not like I could pick up and go. Oh, we weren't aware of that. We can accommodate you though. And meanwhile, they were wanting to send me to like Idaho or something, to rural, Idaho, where it's like, yeah, I'm sure the handicapped access is great out there in fucking like rural Idaho. Yeah.
Bro, that's cruel. I mean, the other thing they do too is like you should have done a drink game of Liberty Movement. Dude, the amount of times they say that is cringe. And also the thing that they do too is like they will force you to do everything. It's so culty. Like if you're like, they'll be like, "Oh, can you door knock for us this weekend?" Nah, not really. Do you want the Liberty Movement to fail? Do you care about liberty?
I actually told them yes at one point, and they were king. I got, because one of them called, because the guy who runs the thing for Florida, he called me and he was like super pissed at me, and I'm like, I'm not trying to be arrogant, but I've had a radio show for 13 years. At this point, it was 13 years. I said, I've been doing politics longer than Yale has been around. So you want to tell me I'm not doing shit for the Liberty Movement? I've been doing this since I was 14. And I just hung up on them after.
Nice. Dude, they made a guy drop out of college to stay with them.
I heard that.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, if you drop out of college for this, you deserve everything you lose from that. But still, y'all shouldn't be forcing people to do that. So it's
drop out of college for fucking what a pussy.
I mean,
a
no, you did that
absolute
kid a favor.
loser.
You did that kid a favor. If he's stupid enough to drop out of college and join some fucking Yao gang, yeah, he's in the right place.
Yeah. Dude, I'm in their merch store right now. Take a look on the stream. This is how big it is. Look at how many shirts they have. 3. One is with their logo and it's a blue shirt. One's with their logo, it's a white shirt, and then one is like a quote from, is it Ron Paul? Of course it is. Let it not be.
I wouldn't be caught dead in any of that shit.
Oh, you know what?
Unlibertarian.
I wouldn't wipe my ass with any of that shit. Like, are you kidding me?
What were you saying, Alex?
Oh, you know what?
That's the one libertarian that's not crazy.
What was that?
He's the one libertarian that's not crazy.
Yeah, no wonder why they push him so hard. Look at the prices on these. Jesus, $32, $60 for the fleece jacket, $55 for the hoodie. Bro, they're fucking raping you for these.
Oh well. When
Before using that term.
When Ron Paul spoke at our thing at Memphis, I felt so bad because like Ron Paul is like in his upper 80s, like he's almost 90, right? And yet
he's foot in the grave.
And yet when he entered the room, like all these like amped up like nerds basically were like screaming it. Like I could see him, like he was audibly shaking from like, you know, from like noise overload. I actually told a couple people, I'm like stop screaming, you're gonna fucking like he's going to die because you're screaming, and you know, stop torturing this poor old man. So, and then when I shook hands with him, he was actually like, thank you young man for and I'm like, yeah, no problem.
He was like, thank you for being the one normal person here.
Yeah.
Bruh, I think these are the, not went to do. I'm trying to find our Penn State chapter, but yeah, dude, they're so culty. I mean, it is so freaking culty. They have like 3 politicians that show up their shit. Or that might change now after this. Ron Paul, Thomas Massey, and Justin Amash.
God, Justin.
Whoever the fuck that is. So 3.5. You know? 3 notable ones, and one that doesn't even count as a full one because nobody knows about them. It's like, it's so bad. It's such a failure. And that's why I look at shit like what we're trying to do. I'm like, how can we do worse? Like, honestly. How?
You know what's funny is I actually one of those $30 t-shirts I actually got for free because they were giving them away at the YALCon I was at. And
nobody won them, so they're giving them out.
And I ended up, and recently, like, my mom did a whole, like, thing of, you know, of donating, like, Goodwill, donating, like, stuff to Goodwill, and she's like...
did she throw that in there?
Well, no, I threw it in there, and she's like, you don't want this? I'm like, well, I mean, like, maybe as, like, a pajama, you know, t-shirt or whatever, but I already have a ton of those, so... Yeah, no, I'm throwing this in. I bet you it'll be one of the things that like no one picks up at Goodwill though either. That's the thing. So it'll
Bro, somebody's gonna burn it. It's so bad, dude. I mean, if they're giving them away, that means people didn't want to buy them. And if charging $32, like that's such an upcharge. I mean, that's insane. I mean, it's also the other thing that's really scummy about them too is like whenever you'd, you know, basically complain or about, you know, like let's say, you know, you got Me Too by Cliff, and whenever you'd complain, allegedly, they would fire you from the org or they would socially ostracize you. And if you went to something else, they would try to get you fired from that.
Yeah,
allegedly.
That one.
What does socially ostracized at a YAL meeting mean? That's just like I don't think that's an oxymoron right there. Like you go to that thing, you're already socially ostracized already. Like you have no home socially. Like you.
They
Dude, isn't that the truth? These people are there, and to give some background to these jokes and whatnot, like, or context. Like, if any, I don't know if how many people in the chat have been to any of these things, but these libertarian type people are, especially these libertarians in Yao, they're very socially awkward, very nerdy, very weird, very creepy in some cases. I mean, look, I'm a nerdy guy myself, and like,
So am
should
I.
I do? Yeah, we kind of all have that in us, but we're like the cool nerds. Those are the cool people, those cool nerds. These people aren't that. They're not.
They're like the worst stereotypes of nerds, basically. Like,
Pretty much.
Like jack off in their basement and watch like hentai with like little kids in it.
Pretty much.
I like seeing the woman get forced raped by tentacles on anime. It's so hot.
Yeah, these are the ones asking for the age of consent to be lowered to like 14.
Unironically.
Because at least at 14, I still stand a chance.
Yeah, they'll think your 2-inch dick is big for them.
Exactly. But 2 inches, that's actually that's actually huge.
It's more than I can handle.
Oh my god.
These are the ones that want to legalize prostitution so they can get laid.
How is this kid in the wheelchair picking up more chicks than I am? His suit is so well pressed, and his shoes at least look nice. And ooh, are those cufflinks he's wearing?
So what do these people talk about all the like when you heard them? Was it like, as a libertarian, I don't believe in this?
Well, so honestly, we were basically it was all economics. Like,
oh god.
So my friends and I would spend the evening in our hotel room, like drinking beers and smoking cigarettes and talking at movies.
Yo, you were smoking, Sam? Disavow.
Yeah,
the Chad. Fucking Chad is fucking. It's the most American thing since Apple. More American than Apple Pie.
I don't.
Damn, that violates my nap.
And I don't smoke, but trust me, I needed cigarettes at this thing.
You need to smoke some cigars, you fag.
We smoked cigars too, but like
some weed, huh?
But it was honestly after hearing all the economic talks, it was like, fuck, I need a cigarette. And that was literally like us the entire time at YaleCon. We were just like, we just need somewhere to go and smoke. So
yeah.
Will says room wax.
Is it okay? Hold on. That Ann Awesome Adventure posted. Is it true that shorts do not expire like puts do? Phil, this will probably be a question for you.
Wait, what? Say that one more time here. Hold on. Let me.
It's in the chat. Ann Awesome Adventure posted. Is it true that shorts do not expire like puts do? I think they do, or you have to pay interest on them.
I mean that.
Yeah.
You can
their contracts that month, they have to pay interest.
Well, no, shorts. It depends. It depends. I think a lot of shorts do expire. Puts definitely do. Because there's more than one short out there that you can like go after. But yeah, I mean, if you're talking about like traditional shorts, I usually they're timed. Like, and that's what made this. That's what makes this week so awesome, because like as the stock was ballooning up, and that's why people were saying hold the line, because if you keep the stock at that certain price, eventually those shorts are going to expire, and that money is pretty much lost, like certain lost, like so.
I don't know. I think the problem is they're using the term expire. I don't know if that's the best word. Because from what I've been told is like they have these like month-long contracts where it's like you can do your short, but we need our share back by the end of the month. And guess what today is? January 31st. Yep. Guess what Monday is? February 1st.
Yeah, so that Monday, you could see some interesting shit happen. Like you could very much see some interesting stuff happen. But I'm excited. I'm excited. I want to see what happens. Like, and it's weird, and it's just weird because like I'm like, oh, I'm so excited about like 9:30. Like now, it's probably you'll know what happens by maybe 7:30, something like that. Like because the market will give you, the pre-market will give you some good indicators about how the rest of the day is going to go.
I don't know, honestly, because we're in such uncharted territory. Like, really don't know what's going to happen.
But a lot of the time, like the market will go in a particular direction. Like if it's that obvious, like it will just go in a particular direction right out of the gate. And but I don't know. But then again, yeah, I mean, you're right. You're right. I mean, it's going to be unpredictable, but like it's hard to predict. But at the same time, it's like if it tends to go in that particular direction, it's going to go early. Like that news, just because the first happened on a Sunday, so like it's going to be that Monday is going to be basically culmination of all the shit that went down this weekend, because it's the end of the month.
So. And Monday might not be the day that the squeeze reaches its peak. Like, that's why I'm going to be tuning into the Discord all day, because I need to find the right time to sell, because I know that Pepe McCree guy is going to be in there, and he fucking knows his shit. And that dude's smart.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm telling you, these people are geniuses. So it's like gonna hold the line till I get good word. By the way, what do we think of this take? This is a little off topic, but on topic at the same time, because let's do with Yao. First of all, I can't find the Penn State chapter on their website anymore. I can only find the Altoona Penn State one. But Yao at Penn State on Twitter, which is run by somebody we know for main campus, their last tweet was, "There is nothing wrong with cyberbullying police officers who violate their oaths." Hot take?
I don't
disagree. Agree.
I don't really see I think cyberbullying, like if it's an adult, I don't really see the problem with it.
What did they?
If you're an adult, you're getting fucking cyberbullied. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Get off the internet. Turn off the Twitter.
I tend to agree, but like, doesn't cyberbullying violate the NAP?
No, it's words.
Yeah.
Free speech.
But it's aggression.
Well, it's words.
What if they're threatening?
Words aren't violence. I mean, if you're threatening people, that's different. If you threaten a police officer, you're fucking...
Yeah.
You're like beyond like mentally impaired. Like,
yeah, if you're threatening a cop, that's one thing. But I don't consider threatening to be the same as bullying necessarily.
If you're a fucking adult and you're getting cyberbullied, like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
I just think it's a dumb thing to post. There's nothing wrong with cyberbullying police. What if you just stopped it there?
There was an issue where someone posted a picture of like someone pissing on a cop's grave, and then the cops try to go and sue him. Like they try to arrest him or something for posting a picture which was from like an album, but then they like photoshopped it so it was like the grave of some cop that got shot. Like, it was in bad taste, but it's fucking protected by the First Amendment. The cops,
it is.
It's completely
but this tweet is not speaking lawfully. This sounds more morally, because it says there's nothing wrong with cyberbullying police officers who violate their oaths.
I mean, if they violate their oaths, they're a piece of shit. You know. If
agree.
Yeah, but why is Yao fucking mentioning this shit?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's like, why would you tweet this? This is like optics check. Like, what are you doing?
I wish people would stop making fun of me. So what if my penis is small? You don't have to just keep riding it. Yeah, Not fair.
Yeah, that's the funny thing is that's probably where this is coming from. It's somebody who was cyberboyed and was like, ooh.
Y'all doesn't care about optics.
I think I know that person.
What was that, Alex?
I think I know who you're talking about. That person has nothing to talk about cyberbullying.
Yep.
Y'all doesn't care about
funny
optics.
thing-
If they did, they wouldn't be a libertarian in the first place.
Yeah, that's truth. Fucking truth. You know, it's also interesting too is if you were on the Stonks page on Know Your Meme, if you scroll down, all the way down, and you got to the latest video section. Okay, where the fuck is it? Don't tell me they pulled it already. Come on. Oh, here it is. Yes. Look at whose video is front and center. Fucking Versa Media's on the GameStop craze. We were the big video on there.
Sean, you did a really good job. You did a really good job on that video. By the way, I loved it.
And thank you for calling it the in-depth journalism on Twitter.
Yeah, no, it was in depth to me. So
I was so tempted to be like, "What are you talking about, Sam? We don't do journalism on this show."
But
we don't do facts.
I mean, we're not journalists like Rachel Maddow, but I mean, we're all right. I mean, you know,
and we're not gonna say we're better than her.
Andrew Breitbart #war.
Yes. No, so, I mean, I was at a point when I researched it like where I had like a 85% understanding, and at this point I kind of have like a 95% understanding of what's going on, but there's still a lot I don't know and fully understand. But
Sonny,
finance instead of marketing, man.
No, dude, I'd still kill myself. Dude, fuck finance. Oh,
Sonny,
not for me.
Yeah, no. Sonny in the chat goes, but Ron Swanson, I think Parks and Rec is slightly responsible for faux libertarians. Yeah, I mean,
Ron Swanson's what would...
He doesn't believe in libertarianism. The actual guy,
he's acting.
Dude, that's the red pill there. Real libertarians don't actually believe in what they say. Yeah. They don't actually practice what they preach.
No, they don't.
Except with drugs
and hookers, basically. But they're never the high class hookers either. Like,
yeah, they're Joe Exotic.
They're the truck stop hookers.
So these like mail order brides from like Cambodia.
Like, I'll give you $30 if you jerk me off. Hey, fucking bitch.
Is that Big Al talking?
Where's Cosmic Rebecca?
Big Al had some class.
Oh, he's probably libertarian, I imagine. You know,
he might be. He very well could be. He has all the makings. No, he'll probably curse me out.
Yes.
I mean, if we ask Cosmic Rebecca, because I bet she's talked to him, she might be able to tell us.
Come back on. Like, we need to we want her to come back on because we want Bill Al to come back on. That's the thing.
Yeah, she's the draw for him.
If she can.
Hold up. Are we still... Yeah, sound was lost. Again. Ooh, what the... Okay, I'm gonna have to quit. Yeah, no, I know. Okay, yeah, this is weird. Discord just lost see, am I even? Am I? Nope, I'm not even showing up. How about now? Nope. Okay, we're quitting. Yeah, we're quitting Discord real quick. And yeah, Discord says there's no audio input on my end. Ugh. Yep. Sorry, folks, but this is what happens when you do a live podcast as opposed to a pre-recorded. Okay, let's see. Check. Okay. Voice and video are back. Oh. All right.
You know that toothless truck stop hooker. She earned her money. Damn it.
That was a great sentence for me to come in on. I had to quit and come back.
There you go.
It came at the right time.
Welcome back.
Yeah, as I was about to
say something, Alex.
Got to hit it and quit it.
Well, as I was about to say what you will about Trump, but his mistresses at least were, well, for the most part, hot.
No, they were all hot. Yeah. Dude, they were all hot.
Yeah, no. Well, I gotta say no on Stormy Daniels.
Oh, Stormy Daniels
for her
was
age,
hot. Like early Stormy Daniels was fucking hot. Like early Stormy Daniels.
But also
we're talking Space Nuts. We're talking about Space Nuts. Stormy Daniels.
Space Nuts.
Yes. Look, Space Nuts was like the Star Wars spoof. I think that was made.
Oh, I can tell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't need any more details.
No, but that was like the way back in the day. Not way back in the day, but like that movie came out. Yeah, have you ever seen the 40-year-old version?
Yeah.
The 40-year-old.
Yeah, I have.
Yes. That movie, the movie Space Nuts that's on there is a real movie. That's a real fucking movie. Right?
And knowing you because you're Army, you've probably seen it. Am I right, Phil, or am I right?
Well, I mean, he like my one of my buddies who's in going back to that, like, yeah, because he was like, yeah, dude, like Stormy Daniels, like in her early, like in the early time, that movie came out, I want to say, here, let me look it up here, 2003, right? So that was, and you got to figure that was like 18 years ago. Like she looks now, she doesn't look she looks like a shot out 40-year-old, which of course she fucking is. Like,
yeah, Trump got her before she went all the way down to.
Well, but
he knew when to hit that peak before it dipped.
Buy low, sell high.
But also, Karen McDougal still looks good for 40 something.
Yeah, Stormy's 41. Let's see, Karen McDougal. That's such a funny last name, McDougal. She's 49. Whoa, for 49.
Yeah.
And then look at Melania. See, okay, this is the one thing I'll give some flack on Trump. He did the Stormy thing while he was married to Melania, if I have that correct.
Yeah.
And dude, Melania at that age too, and Stormy at that age, like,
dude, when you have that sort of money, you know, you're gonna want to wonder, you know.
I guess, but it's like If he's gonna do it, I would think he'd do it with someone like Karen McDougal and others that were like in that range. But like,
maybe he did too. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
He's been around town quite a bit.
you know, I know I don't. What I mean, obviously it's personal and all that, but I really wonder what Melania thought after the Stormy stuff came out, because Melania is still by his side, even post presidency, for now at least. And I tend to think she's going to be the woman he's going to be with for the rest of his life.
He's already,
I'm thinking,
Yeah,
I'm thinking all that happened likely before.
Already, I don't think he's going to be fucking around too much because he's got the media on his eyes.
What were you saying, Phil?
I think all that happened really before Melania was really and I always have to ask when they were first together, like how serious was it? You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes when people like that get into relationships, it's not always like serious. Like it's like, okay, we're together, but if you're fucking around or if I'm fucking around, then it's not that, it's whatever. But like when is it serious? Like when's the relationship serious? Because
I think it happened while he was married to her, though.
While he's married?
Yeah.
I think so. I'm gonna fact check that. I'm trying to look right now.
What happened with fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Oh, he was pretty bad.
The fucking where he cheated. He did I mean, then again, then I have to ask, well, when did that happen too? Because Maria Shriver, she hit the wall and then got really ugly all of a sudden. Like she looks good and then just all of a sudden hit a wall and then just got like super, super ugly. And then, but even then it's like, dude, why did you just, if you were going to sleep around on her, why did you go for the fucking maid? Like, what the fuck?
I know, she wasn't good looking.
Yeah, but I mean,
something different.
I mean, anything looked better than Maria Shriver, but I mean, I got to get out of here. They're trying to kill you. Touch my penis.
I think when you're at that level, it's like, you start to look at other, that sort of money level. You see it gets boring. Look at nobles like back in the olden days and shit. They just have these like wild sex parties.
Dude, look at Wolf of Wall Street.
What, Jordan Belfort?
Yeah, because the thing that people that because I actually watched the movie the first time last night. I know, late to the party, no pun intended. But when I was reading Wikipedia, the thing that blew my mind, other than the crazy shit happens in that movie, is that Jordan Belfort claims that you thought the drugs were bad in that movie. In reality, it was way worse. Yeah. In reality, the sex stuff was way worse. He even talks about on Logan Paul's podcast, which is pretty appropriate for him, this one sex party he went to, and even the cops that were outside of it, because apparently they had cops there. It was like some bachelor party. They even told him, dude, don't go in there. It's pretty nasty. And I don't know if I should say what would happen, because it would kill our channel, I don't know, but if you want, I can go for it. But not only were there like orgies everywhere, there was one big like open orgy of like 50 people, but he went to the bathroom and there was this chick in there that was like what you were describing, Phil, the sort of like, truck stop, teeth missing. And there were a line of guys without condoms on, of like 50 guys. Mm-hmm.
They're running a train.
Pretty much. And they were taking turns. And then near the end of it, this is where it gets gross.
Yeah, Wall Street people are degenerates.
Oh, they are, dude. Makes me hate Wall Street even more. So it's like all these people, again, doing it raw. and it's dripping and oozing with all these different, people's things. And one dude, because everybody's on drugs and shit, takes a giant glass, puts it under there, and all this shit drips in it. And he holds it up, and everybody goes silent. And he takes a big sip of it all.
That's a fucking biscuit party times 2.
2,000, dude. And that's only one story. I mean, and I think what happens, and I've always thought this, and he says it too, is like, because he cheated on his wife like countless times, both of them. It's like, look, when you're in that kind of world with that money, power, and access, the temptation is insane. For any normal person, it's going to be tempting as hell.
It's not even about the sex anymore. It's about the power. That's
true too. It becomes sort of a status thing. Look at how many women I got, and it makes you feel good that you can get all of them. But talk about, I'm surprised that dude survived, honestly. Like when you see everything he, like in his book that he talks about, that he did and went through, I find it miraculous that he's alive, given how many drugs were in his system and all the crazy things he was doing.
Oh yeah.
By the way, now that you've seen it, now that you've seen The Wolf of Wall Street, how funny is Matthew McConaughey's scene in the movie?
It's very, very like, he's right about what Wall Street is, and then he does that.
You know that was actually an improvisation that he did.
I think I've heard that before.
I just finished reading McConaughey's book, the Green Lights book, which is fantastic, by the way. I listened to on Audible, and it's at the end of last year, and it really is worth the read if you like. I'm not usually into celebrity like bios and whatnot, but come on, it's Matthew McConaughey. So, but yeah, he actually talked about how that whole thing was improvised and what.
Yeah, interesting, because the stuff you were saying about Wall Street was like so dead on. Like I was like, yeah, and then it is funny, of course. And that's the interesting thing about that movie is, to me, it's like, I get it's comedic, and I did laugh a lot, but like by the like end of it, and I know this is the point. It's not a hot take or anything, but like you really fucking hate Leonardo DiCaprio's character.
Oh yeah,
like it goes from comedic to like, dude, I want this guy to die. And it's also sad because it's like, he has a lot of potential. This Jordan, I keep forgetting his lab, Jordan Belfast.
Jordan
just
Belfort
blows everything.
Yeah.
It's what greed can do to you.
Yeah.
Let's see, the Stormy affair.
Like I saw an interview that he did, like in regards to this week's shenanigans. And
yeah, I saw it too.
Yeah, it was like it was cool. Like it was cool to hear it. Like it's rich hearing these like hedge fund managers cry foul after they do this shit to these people every day. Like,
and the thing too is like, I mean, and I bet this is accurate, but like he was scamming the shit out of people.
Yeah,
those penny stocks. I mean, think of how much money. And I know people like do this a lot now with like spam calls, but it's like the gullibility of some people is just. It's still.
He's pumping them crypto. That's what they do.
You gotta,
pretty much.
You gotta get those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers.
Yeah, dude. Fucking insane. Freaking insane. Also, Trump married Melania in 2005, and he supposedly did the Stormy thing in 2006.
Yeah.
So she was still hot. Back in 2006, Stormy Daniels was still hot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, speaking of hot, they made Margot Robbie hot as shit in that movie.
Do you wonder what that movie's gonna be like whenever they make the fucking movie for this shit?
I know, dude. They're gonna do it. There's gonna be movies made about this. The Big Short squeeze.
So here's something I've always wanted to ask you guys. So if we ever got depicted in a movie, who would you want to play you?
Ooh.
Hmm.
Ooh. Ooh.
Who is that like cuck guy from that fucking Juno? That actor.
Really, that's who should play me. Okay.
The guy who remember from the Scooby Doo movie.
That is hilarious.
You're talking about Michael Cera.
Yeah, whoever that guy, you know who he is. Like, I think he may have been was that the guy in the Spider-Man?
Come on, Alex. That's mean.
It's like the guy from that movie, the one with the, like video game characters being each of the fucking what's the one? The one where the dude, that guy. That's you.
I would.
You.
Dude, he's Canadian. Dude, fuck you. Fuck you. Canadian.
Got the same hairstyle. You know, you could do it.
No, disavow.
Yes, that's good.
Veto.
Dude, it does.
People have said I look like what's that? No, yes, they do say I look like Shaggy. Thankfully, that's died down since I left college. They all say I look like what's that? What?
You have to admit that.
What?
Yeah, I have to admit there is a resemblance between you and Michael Cera.
No,
vaguely.
Maybe vaguely. I see more of I'm not sure it's much better, but Jesse Eisenberg.
That's the one I was thinking of. People say that all the time.
That would be it right there. That's the pick.
I always get John Hamm or I get John Hamm or Damian Lewis, which is funny because I'm not a redhead.
You're not a redhead.
But I guess I look like him in the face. I don't know.
I would veto both of those on you. You look more like shit.
I get Hugh Laurie a lot too from House.
Dude, where are these people coming up with these? None of these look like you. I mean, okay, maybe a little bit. Now that I see him at that angle, actually, maybe if he had the goatee thing, maybe.
Well, they can always bring hair.
Yeah, that's true. What about Alex? Ooh.
Like David or some shit like that.
I don't think I've I actually don't think I don't think I've actually seen Alex's face, so I don't.
Oof. Oh, he's safe from all this. Phil, okay, there's gotta be an actor that looks like Phil.
In terms of personality, John Bernthal, who plays the Punisher.
What?
Oh. No, I'd say oh shit. No, Phil doesn't have that big beard anymore. I was gonna say late. What's his face?
Who's that dude from Breaking Bad? The guy.
Walter White.
No, not Walter White. The other guy.
Mike.
The other guy.
The one who doesn't die and like lives in the basement of the meth heads.
Spoilers. Oh, you mean Jesse?
That's like a 10-year-old movie. If you're still being spoiled to this,
it's a show.
Whatever, you fucking deserve at this point.
Oh, it's like Aaron Paul.
Who is it? Jesse Pinkman, that guy.
Yeah, Aaron Paul.
Aaron Paul.
I think personality wise,
no, does not.
Because there's a different, like I don't know if there's
like you dress him up a little bit.
I don't see it. I kind of do, but I kind of don't. Because Aaron Paul is more of that sort of like dude bro, kind of, degenerate, delinquent. Phil's not.
I bet Phil was probably those when he was in the military.
I think personality probably Will Arnett, but like I think just personality wise, not totally. I'm probably a little funnier than he is, but definitely personality, like mannerisms. I think. look wise, I don't know what the fuck. I don't think I look like anybody in particular.
Nah.
You look like Danny DeVito.
I'd say it's like me fucking
Danny DeVito? Damn. That is like a shot below the belt right there.
Hey, I was getting called like what John Cena, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Hey, if you go low, I go lower. When they go low, I go lower.
Good God.
No, I kid though. Oh, fudge. What could we pick? What's that? The dude from Nightcrawler. What's his freaking name?
That's gay as shit. Want to play Nightcrawler? Yeah, that's fucking gay too.
No. Oh.
The one I've gotten that I don't get is actually Matthew McConaughey.
Dude, his picture just popped up when you said that. It's crazy. No, you look like this dude. I have no clue who this dude is. Will Rogers, not the Mr. Rogers. Will Rogers. Let me post this in chat. Looks like a soccer player, maybe. This is his IMDb. That looks like Sam. Kind of.
Let me.
Not a fucking actor, but I know I know I have like one doppelganger walking around somewhere.
Really?
That's the weirdest shit I think I've ever seen.
Where was that?
I showed you that picture.
Oh yeah, I can kind of see it.
See what I mean? I think you did show me that picture, but I don't remember too well.
Go back in your fucking chat history.
Dude, you're gonna make. How am I gonna find it?
God damn it! Yeah, like Biden's new secretary. That picture. That makes me laugh every time.
Anyway,
dude, I love the one where Sam and I were like dying when we first saw it.
Yeah, 17. That dude looks similar. If he was an actor, he'd play me in a fucking movie.
What, Biden, Secretary of Health?
No, God, no.
No, when Sam and I found the meme of it was Bib Fortuna from Star Wars and the tranny, and Sam and I were just dying. It was so fucking funny.
Yeah, we found that at like 2 a.m, and we both just started dying laughing. It's
so funny. That's the funniest comparison I've seen, period.
Dude, fucking Christian, man, just look at them.
No, we don't need to see him again.
Christian, man, he's something else.
It does look like Christian, though.
Oh, you know who I also get is have any of you guys seen the Boys? That series on Amazon.
The Boys.
Sounds gay as shit. Like the hard.
It's not.
Got raging clue in my pants.
I've seen ads for it on YouTube. I have not seen.
I've been told I look like Carl Urban, who's a British actor.
Let's see, Carl Urban. I've heard that name before. Oh, Lord of the Rings, dude. Oh, that dude. Yeah, he's in Red and Star Trek. I would say no. You don't look. No, I'm gonna veto that one.
Yeah,
strong veto.
Well, I guess none of us really look like celebrities.
Sean looks like that one guy.
No, I don't.
Yeah, who played Shaggy in the Scooby-Doo movie?
All right, let's find out.
The live-action Scooby-Doo movie. There you go.
Oh god. I think there were two. There's two different ones we could look at here. Let's which one oh god, that fucking chin. The hair. Which one do you think I look more like? The top or the bottom?
Look at the bottom one. I could see it.
The top one's from the movie. The bottom one's from that's one of the later movies. A made-for-TV one.
I could see it. That Nick Palatis guy. I could see it.
At any rate, guys, we're almost at 3 hours, so do we want to close
Oh
this?
shit!
Holy shit balls!
Close at the 1 o'clock hour. Let's make it nice and square.
Mm-hmm.
Let's close high. Ding 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 ding.
All right.
You'd be Shaggy.
Let's see. Let's look at the dude real quick. He does have some resemblance. I'm just unique, okay? We're all unique here. We can't find anybody who looks like us. We're all just unique.
I'm sure you probably could do one of those like what celebrity do I look like games on fucking Facebook.
Yeah, you can, but they'll always get you wrong. Oh.
Do they have an app for that?
They probably
Fat Keck Boy, have you seen the Godzilla vs. Kong trailer? I have not, but I hear it's a thing. Does it look good?
It looks kind of cringe.
Oh boy.
Like not like SJW, but just like really like cheesy and unrealistic. So
right.
Out of a Godzilla movie, they're always a little bit cheesy. It's like mac and cheese, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen the originals? Like the original King Kong, like the Japanese one?
Oh, you like? See, you love that anime, don't you?
No, I don't. It's a fucking anime.
It's a Japanese culture. It's your katana.
Yo, stroke my baby.
Okay, yes, they used a lot. They used puppets, and it was live action. It was not animated. They didn't have anime then. It didn't even exist.
I probably did.
Dude, it was 1930s. They didn't have anime.
I don't know, man. I think they did.
Hey, you watched an anime recently, didn't you?
Which anime?
Jinro?
Oh yeah, you
Jinro.
recommended that anime to me. You put on your anime list.
Donnie, if you're still listening, have you seen Jinro? I know you're into anime.
But anyway, I think we ought to close this out. So, any final thoughts? Donks?
Let's keep it up until fucking 1. We got 10 minutes left. And
Hold the line.
Hold the line, goddammit.
Hold the fucking line.
Fucking anime now.
Yes, yeah, I'm trying to change the subject so you don't start bullying me for my few animes I've seen. Which one of which you do like?
Oh, and I do like I do love the Jinro anime. You know, it's good.
That was Red Pill.
The Samurai Jack anime.
It's not fucking goddamn anime. It is as much of an anime as Robin Hood is a free market.
Well, that's the thing too. Do you think they're gonna get like? You think that the lawsuit's actually gonna work against them?
No.
I've heard it won't from some articles. Unfortunately, I really hope it does. But
no matter if it doesn't work either way, because you know, do you think?
Dude, Wall Street Bets will create their own broker service thingamabobber, and we'll just all use that.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I don't think I don't think anything will happen via lawsuit or regulation to Robinhood. I think if anything, people will just enough of people will just stop using Robinhood, then it'll just alter. Like they'll just dust them out because like they're fucked.
Yeah.
Like the idea, like how many people know now that they sell their fucking information to third parties like that? Like I didn't know that shit until this week. Like how many people are going to be freaked out enough by that to go, fuck it.
I think they should have been required to disclose that a little bit better because.
Well, yeah, but they were probably
in their terms of service. It's like 1,000,000 pages long and is very small print.
Right.
Yeah, who reads? Like, honest to God, who actually spends the time to read those?
I read every
exactly. That's what they're praying. That's what they prey on. They prey on you to just kind of just accept their long ass terms of service without actually reading it, and that's how they get you.
Dude, I fucking read one once, and there was a thing at the bottom that said, if you read this, if you're the first person who actually read this, you can get like it was like a contest or something. I was like, fuck, I missed out on that. Like, people put those in there because they know no one actually reads them.
Uh-huh.
You could fucking win real money. It's like, fuck. I'm not gonna read 50 pages. You know, and that's kind of bullshit too. Like, I think there should be some regulation on those fucking terms of service. You know, more than anything else. Because
they've tried. I've actually, I don't know when, but I've heard that they've tried in the past with like making the language easier to understand. But
sure, probably the first sentence.
But like,
well, there's a lot. There's a lot of people that are just stupid. They're just like, oh, whatever.
Like they had to have all these stupid things in there that doesn't make any sense. It's like I mean, it makes sense, but you have to spend like an hour reading it for every fucking download. Like, oh, you know, you have to go and read this and that and this and that. It's like, dude, no one's gonna fucking pay attention.
Yeah. It's a shame because, like I said, Robinhood's it really is, the platform itself is great. It's simple, it's clean, it's easy to use, very beginner friendly. Again, they shoot these companies always shoot themselves in the fucking foot. Discord's doing it, Twitter did it big time. They all do it in the end. But I really liked the conversation we had at the beginning. Like, it was freaking fiery. It was intense. It was emotional. It was interesting. We were debating. We were yelling. We were screaming. And we all loved it. It was great.
Yeah.
I really liked it. Because
we could put, like, would it be legal, like, if you were to get super chats, like, fucking have the audience pick fucking stocks?
Did you hear what Linus was doing?
What?
He was taking every super chat he got and dumping it into GME stock.
Is that legal?
What was I didn't hear either of you?
Is that legal to do that?
I don't see why not. You can do whatever you want with your money, right?
I think, but you never know these stupid fucking laws these days.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing, too. We never dived into this because we don't give a shit, frankly, is whether what Reddit did was actually legal. And it's like, technically, no. But technically, what the hedgies weren't doing was what they were doing was illegal, too.
Yeah.
But
we're
playing by the same rules here, buddies.
How do you have Reddit for that? They were in the open.
What was that? I didn't hear you again.
How do you sue Reddit for that, though? Like, they were in the open for it. How is that insider trading if it's
market manipulation? Because it's coordinated. But the thing, they're not going to get them because these are all anons, and you can't really trace it to one person and X number of people. Like, it's really hard to connect the dots. They're just not going to get these people. It's just the beauty of their scheme.
Well, see, some should take that to court too, because that seems like it's a First Amendment violation at that point. Because they said that, you know, based on Citizens United, money is speech, right? Wasn't that the whole thing with Citizens United?
I don't understand Citizens United. I'll be honest. I don't know about that.
Anyway, guys, we're down to like, I think 3 viewers now.
Shit, that's a lot more than what we normally get.
Right now on our stream.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's more. We're getting 9. Oh wait, that's 9 concurrent. What's our live viewers?
9 watching now. That's what it says.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah. Shit, that is still a lot more than what we normally get, unironically. But yeah, we'll close out.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was awesome talking to you guys. I love the conversations. We had some disagreements, some agreement, but we all came out loving it. And going to the moon. We're going to the freaking moon.
Yeah.
All right.
Going to the moon, boys.
Diamond Hand boys. Hold the fucking line.
Later, Gators.
Later. From all of us here at NGC Studios, God bless. God save the Skate Nation. God freedom magazine.
God damn it.
God freedom magazine in that order. And we'll talk at you down the road. Stonks! We're going to the moon.
Yes.
Alrighty, folks. Later.
All right. Later, Gator.
Well, folks, with the Whitfield Report in its 5th season, and me starting my 14th year of podcasting in 2021, I figured now would be as good time as any to start a Patreon page for the podcast. And I know everyone these days has a Patreon page who is a podcaster, but let me tell you what you're going to get if you decide to join the Whitfield Report Patreon. At the $1 level, you'll simply be contributing. That'll simply be a way of saying thank you, and I appreciate it, but that's that. However, at the $3 level on up, you're going to be getting access to an exclusive podcast that I'm hoping to do weekly called the Savage Express Podcast. And on that podcast, exclusive to Patreon subscribers and supporters, I'll be covering music and movies and pop culture and personally and anecdotes in ways that I can't cover on YouTube or traditional podcast platforms. I'm hoping to do this every week. I might not, but it'll certainly be a longer form podcast for those types of topics if you're interested in that sort of thing. And I also might be re-releasing some episodes of the Whitfield Analysis, my old podcast, re-releasing the back catalog, as it were, digging out some old video clips that I've had in archive for years, and posting all of that exclusively to the Patreon site for you guys. It's going to be a good time, and there are a couple of different tiers you can join in at. I understand if you can't join the Patreon, but if you're able to financially support the show and you want to help out, joining the Patreon would be the best way to do that. So I encourage you to go to patreon.com/Whitfield Report and sign up on one of the tiers today. And again, folks, I want to thank you for supporting the podcast. Thank you for listening to the podcast. And hopefully, I can look forward to your financial contribution, which I deeply appreciate as well. God bless, folks, and Godspeed amongst thee in that order. Owen Benjamin tried to poison my lasagna. That's how you're going to try and diss someone in a wheelchair? By saying that the wind blew them over? That's your slight jab at me, buddy? Nice try. Must be nice to try and make jokes like that. Found out about Owen Benjamin and the Unbearables. I can't remember exactly who told me about them. It might have been one of them who had reached out to me, actually. Long story short, in like March of 2018, I was looking to, of course, continue building the show, and I was looking for a group of networkers, kind of like-minded creative conservatives, and I was told about the Unbearables. I found out about Owen through the JRE podcast. To be honest, I wasn't really a big fan of him comedically. Like, I thought he was okay, but he wasn't, great. But I kind of liked what he was doing with the whole, anti-trans kids thing. That really spoke out to me. And in the beginning, the Unbearables seemed to be a great network. People who were doing creative stuff like art and design and podcasting and video production, parody, songs, musicianship, in the case of Chuck Boris, and just late night streams, which was how I met the original DZ guys. Of course, John Neary was my first interview for the brief period of time I was with the Bears. But here's the thing, Owen's not even a conservative. He's a fucking leftist, posing. He's a wolf in sheep's clothing. How dare you! Owen is doing the shit that mass shooters do. before they go out and do school shooting. Here's my manifesto. We need to get rid of the weak people, and I'm not saying he's going to be the one to do this.
An Australian man murdered his wife with a pair of scissors, stabbed her in the chest.
This is a warning to the general public about Owen Benjamin. We've warned you. How dare you?
Must be nice.
According to him, the goat urinated on him first, in front of Amy.
all this gay talk is pissing off my German Shepherd.